Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because we know I loves me some tea. Her, I have my cup mug here. And you can get you one at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code. Scan it, it'll take you right to the shop. You can get your merch and all that stuff, and favorite the shop and do all the things to say you support me because I love that here. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mugs. Thank you.
Five, six, seven, eight. I'm David Healy, and Lana, I need to tell you, once I have everything memorized, don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to me. You're going to mess me up once I have everything memorized, okay?
Snapshots. Snapshots.
Yes. Taking pictures. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Oh, great. I got to start over again. I'm David. No, we're good. We can go. We can go.
That was a moment in time, I tell you.
It sure was.
But I don't want to work with you, so I'm just going to be nasty to you this entire time because
Oh.
I don't want to work with you. So, ew. I hope I don't have to work with you from this point on.
Okay. We're both referencing the same show.
Yes, because that was the moment I was like, ew, ew. Like,
Right.
but yeah. Welcome to the cup. We are here doing all the things, doing I like to say doing the Lord's work, but sure, we're doing somebody's work because we're talking about reality TV, all things reality TV in Reality Roundup. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We're going to get right to business because a lot of stuff has to be talked about in a short amount of time because we have lives, people. We do. We have lives, and we can't sit here all the time, all day talking to you. As much as we would love to, we do have lives. And things have to go. But support this channel because we are giving you all things competitive reality television, and we're doing it in such a fun way. So join us, support us, subscribe to this channel, do all the things, comment, message, hype this video up, leave super thanks, all those things. We appreciate all of it. So, and if we leave comments, that really does help us in the algorithm. It makes our video visual to a lot more people. So we would really really appreciate if you did that. Subscribe to this channel and all of the channels in the Cup Network because we're giving you all things drag in one place, all things competitive reality TV here. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and at the Cup.tv for the TV channel on Instagram. Our audio podcast links, our Patreon. You can do all the things to support us. And yeah, because we really do appreciate it. So thanks so much for joining and support. Thanks. But we really do need to just get into it because we got a lot to talk about. So guess the first things first, we need to get into our variety shows and singing competitions. We are going to start off with America's Got Talent. And we have finally made it through all the auditions. And it's time to get ready for the live shows. But before we get to the live shows, we have got to narrow it down to the
40.
44, 44 slots that's in the season, and they said yes to a lot of people. So we have to narrow it down to the 44. 10 of them already are selected by the Golden Buzzer, so they're going straight through to the live round. So there now are 34 slots available for the people, and we had to narrow it down. And this show was really just the recap and callbacks and letting people know that they made it to the live shows because some groups or certain people, the judges didn't need to see nothing else from them. They just knew they were going to the live shows. And some people, they need to see him again. They need to see him again and figure out who's best for this. So
Mhm.
I don't know if we want to talk about some of the people who got called who got straight through, or do we just want to talk about the callbacks?
Well, all I'll say is like most of the ones that they picked to go straight through made sense. I do think there's people that they save for the callbacks that also could have gone straight through, but then
Agreed.
there were like a couple that like really they went straight through. Specifically, I'm thinking about the married couple with
Yeah.
the like where the wife is like doing things, sticking things in the guy's face and hammering things, and he's sticking. I didn't need to see them again. I'm with Mel on that. So that was kind of a surprise for me when we've got a couple of acts right on the screen right now that could have gone straight through.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Hold on. I forgot to take it to the first one, but that's okay.
Oh, yep.
We should go to the first slide of this, but Sophia's callbacks, because I personally feel like a couple of these people should have just went straight through, but okay, we go put the husband and wife with the nailing stuff to his head, and I just don't. Okay, I don't know, but let's
Yeah.
talk about Brooklyn. I thought Brooklyn should have went through.
Yeah, she is by far my number one in this group. She's probably the only one for me in this group that I think should have been a definite yes. Everybody else I understand, especially because my next couple that I like are both magicians. But Brooklyn's so good. Yeah, like she's one of the best singers in this competition. She should have gone straight through.
Exactly. Derek Bolton, I liked him. I really did like him. I understand why some people need to see him again and why they need to see him again, because I mean, you didn't buy it. I personally, I liked it, so I would have said it. But to see a callback from him, I appreciate the callback, and I think he can actually do really good. But I understand why they will call him back.
Yeah, it didn't fully work for me. He's number three on my list here. So, like, if they're taking four from each group, he is somebody I would like to see go through. But he hasn't fully won me over yet, so I don't mind seeing a second thing from him.
Actually, and I feel the same way about Cameron. I like him, but I could see why you want to see him again. I think he is he's good, but what else can he do? I need to see more.
Right. Yeah, like I said, there's so many magicians in this season, and he's a close-up magician, which can be harder to like really do things super impressive to a large audience. But I do like him. He's probably my second favorite on this list.
Hmm. Olivia Beefus, I don't know why they called her back. I don't need to see more. The dog be getting stage fright, and he don't. If he do it, he is like you gotta coax it. I don't need to see more from her.
Um, I will always take the opportunity to see more animals, so I'm excited to see her dogs again. I thought they were a lot of
Go
fun.
outside and see a dog. You don't have to see it on the show. Like you can go see a dog anywhere. Dogs are a million dogs every day running around the streets. We don't need to see this dog on here who happens to just maybe go. "Oh," that's not impressive.
Yeah. She's still my number four on this list. So, like by default, I would like to see her go through, but yeah, I don't need to see her go far.
And Vate, I like Vate. I like the beatboxing. I think he's good. I don't think he. I would like to see what else he can do. So this callback makes sense for me to see if it's more than what he already gave in the audition. Can he do more? Is it more impressive? But I do understand the callback. I did enjoy his audition, but I would have put him on the callback list.
Yeah, he's the one I don't need to see back from this group. His beatboxing, yeah, I wasn't that impressed by it. I mean, he's got a really deep voice and he can do this bass thing that's kind of interesting, but once was enough for me.
I mean, but it would if it was good or good enough in the audition, wouldn't it makes sense to call back and see if he can do more.
Mm, I guess so, yeah, but like, yeah, it doesn't hurt for a callback, but for top 44, I doubt it. We'll see.
We'll
He'll have to
see.
win me over.
We'll see. Let's talk about Mel B's. Now, so she picked Betty as the first person to go. Um, I will guess. Singers callbacks. That's something you should expect because just because they sing real one time, you don't know what else they have, and so I'm like, okay, I can get a callback from her. I understand that one.
Yeah, she was somebody that I really didn't really remember that well as they were showing her uh, in this recap. So I can understand, like, she's a great singer, but since she didn't leave that big of an impression, I think it makes sense to bring her back as a callback. But she's number 3 on this list, so as of now, I would put her through.
hmm Butter and Grit, I really did like them. I think they are really good. I would do a callback again. Like I said, singers, groups of that sort, you should be able to, take a callback. Because sing one song is never always good. You have to come back and sing again to make people really fully. And like they said, they're more of a commercial. They need to prove that they're not just only a commercial singing group. Like they could sing in commercials, they could do, stuff like that. But they need to make them realize that that's not just them. They don't have to do the jingle for Crackle Barrel. They can do anything. So I do like Butter and Grit, but I can see this why this was a callback.
Yeah, they make sense as a strong callback, likely to make it in,
Hmm
because I do think that they have a unique area in this competition. They're my number 2 in this group.
Yeah, James and Marina.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't. They were the aerial act, right?
They were the mentalists. He was like picking items from the audience, and she was blindfolded and could guess what he was holding.
Oh, okay. I don't remember them. So I guess the callback is needed for me to know who they are.
Fair. Yeah, I'm okay with the callback, but I was not super impressed with them. So right now they're the ones I'm least invested in this group. So they're number 6 for me.
Okay. Joel, I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good, pretty funny. I would do a callback just so I could see what else he has, but I like him.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that Mel picked him because she was so upset about him destroying her phone.
Yeah.
But I do like him. I think he has potential, but he certainly makes sense as a callback just because there's better magicians. He's number 4 for me overall.
Mm-hmm. Lachlan Patterson. I like his dry sense of humor. I like his, deadpan kind of comedy style. But eh, a callback is fine. Not that interested though.
Yeah. He's actually my favorite comedian in the competition. I feel like a lot of the other comedians, like they have like one thing about themselves that they like to constantly make fun of. And I don't feel like Lachlan has boxed himself in that way. So he's actually my favorite in this group. He still like wouldn't make sense as a lock to move forward. So I think he makes sense as a callback, but I'm rooting for him.
hmm And Madeline and Malachi. I don't remember them.
Yeah. I didn't remember them either until they showed the recap. They were another like country kind of duo, playing guitar, banjo, and singing. They sang "Counting Stars" by One Republic. It didn't leave an impression on me in the actual auditions, so they really need to win me over in this callback, especially because I think Butter and Grit hold that
Hmm
spot better. So
Absolutely.
for me, they're number 5 in this group.
Okay. Simon's pick. His callback. Okay, so David had to remind me who Akira was, and I was like, "Oh, the Naked Man." Okay, I don't see why we need a callback from him because we know what he
Yeah,
did.
straight
Now,
through, right?
no, like hiding your junk is not impressive. I don't care. But if he can do more than that, if it's more to his act, then okay. But not I don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be more to it because he has his own show doing this sort of thing in Tokyo. That's why I was saying I really like Akira. I think there's so much room for this to be a really funny act. He's absolutely one of my favorites in the callbacks. He's number two overall for me in this group.
Okay. Electro Dads. I I don't know what else they have. I don't know if their style of dancing is going to get far, but a callback is fine. Um, I don't know. I think they're. I don't think they're in it for the long run, but I think it was fine for a performance and it's cute with their kids. I just don't know.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily need to see them back. I think being dads is their kind of shtick. If they weren't dads, it probably wouldn't be making it this far. But I don't think this is the strongest group here, so they're probably number four for me overall.
Yeah. Elsie, Elise is
Elsie, Elsie,
Elsie.
yep.
I like her, but I understand this callback because she can sing and she is talented. She has the look of what we expect from a singer, but the song that she chose wasn't the best song. So if she comes back with a better song and could, do it, I think her callback is necessary because she is that person for me who I'm like, she has it, but she hasn't shown it. And so she could do it. So I think this is one of the callbacks who I totally agree with. And that second audition would be the best for her.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. She's somebody I wanted to like more than I did. She was good, but it just
Hmm.
didn't feel anything like world level special. So I do want to hear her sing a song that she did not write. Like I want
Right.
to hear her cover something to see if she can actually do that as well. She's number three for me.
Yeah. And I felt the same way about Naja and Zay.
Mm.
I needed to hear them again because I liked them in their first audition. They were cute. They had good heart, they voice was blending really, really well, but it wasn't memorable. And I think they do have the voices to make something memorable. They just need to come back with a song, not an original song, come back and cover something and do a good job because I think they have it, but they have the potential to be like really good, like teen heartthrobs, good, that kind of pop thing, but they just weren't there at the performance.
Hmm. Yeah, for me they were a bit cookie cutter. Like maybe I'm not the craziest about young voices. I want some maturity in the voices, so I don't mind them coming back for a callback. Right now, they're number five for me, and I wouldn't put them third, but we'll see if that changes.
Yeah. Sando, I didn't need to see him again. We know what he do. We know what he do. He lay on the ground and he bounced up and down and he bounced up and down and he bounced up and down. And he goes all the way across city streets. He goes up and down like I don't need to see him again because what else is there? He's a
Yeah,
good fun time at a party, but
that's literally it. It's a party trick, and it's a one like it's a one note that I will be shocked if he impresses me. He's absolutely number six. He's my least favorite of all of these, honestly.
I can definitely see that. And Travis Garland, I same thing. I do think he's talented. I think he has a good voice, but we needed to see more. Um, like I said, most singers y'all need to expect a callback. All like pretty much almost all the singers should expect a callback because you always want to know if you can see more than what they gave at the audition. And if the audition was good, maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe you practice it to perfection, and then you don't have time to perfect something, and it's not as good. So I think he's good. I need to see more.
Yeah, I don't mind a callback just so I can hear him again, but he's somebody I probably would have put through. I was really impressed with this audition. Killing that high note in Dream On, not many people can do that as well as he did. So I really like him. He's my number one in this group.
Okay. And now we'll go to Howie's callbacks because
It's my favorite group.
Bird and Brian. I don't remember them.
You will remember them because so it was a duo, but only one of them was singing, and I compared the singer to Steve Perry. He's got an incredible voice. This is an act that absolutely should have moved on, just because I thought they were so good. Like this feels like somebody who could be a true recording artist or a recording duo. I'm very excited to hear them again. That's the only reason I'm not mad they're having a callback, just because I think this is one of the best acts in the whole competition. They're number two for me in this group.
And they one sang and one did what?
One plays
Played.
guitar. Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Chris Sosa. I like Chris. I thought he was funny. I want to see what I understand this callback too, and I understand it from Howie because I want to see if his whole act isn't just him talking about his Mexican roots and his heritage and whatever. If he has some more material, what else is there? Is he still funny? But I thought he was funny in his audition. I just want to see more. So I understood this callback.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more from him too. Because like I honestly I just don't enjoy laughing at a comedian who's making fun of Latino stereotypes. Like I don't feel like that's something I should be laughing at. So it didn't fully work for me. He's number 6 for me on this list.
Lighten up, David. If the Latin community is laughing at themselves, Black communities laugh at themselves. Y'all need to laugh at yourself. Like you need to. You can
We've done
laugh.
so much damage by laughing.
You can laugh. It's okay. If it's it's okay. But yeah, I thought it was funny. And so I felt the same way about Daniel Alvarez. I think he's funny. I think his whole shtick is shouldn't be just his disability, but I get it. You have to laugh at your pain. You have to laugh at what's funny and what people will find uncomfortable. And I like that he uses his disability and that people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to laugh at that," but it's funny because just because it's a bad thing, that happened to you doesn't mean it's not funny and that some things can't be true. Just like Chris, you can laugh at the stereotypes because sometimes the stereotypes are true. Uh, but I like him. I'm glad he's getting a call back. I like how he is taking him on taking both Chris and Daniel under his wing and like, okay, let me see if you can cultivate this into something. But I do and I understand this callback.
Copy and paste what I said about Chris, except this time about disabilities instead of being Latino. Uh, number 5 for me.
I laugh at my own disabilities all the time. It's okay. Naima and Danielle, I didn't need to see them again. Honestly, not a callback. I didn't need to see them. But sure, everybody wanted to see them. They thought it was great. I didn't think it was great, but okay.
Yeah, I was definitely higher on this than you. Like, I think opera is not the easiest form of singing, and they were really good at it. And I thought it was pretty creative to add this like humorous like element that they were with the horse and everything else going on. I was entertained, and I think maybe they could win you over in this callback. They're number 3 for me in this list.
They have a lot of work to do. Now, I don't know why this person is having a callback. I don't know what we needed to see more from her, but sure, I said singers should get a callback. They should expect callbacks, but this one here, Nini Royale, she did not need a callback. She was wild enough for me in the audition that it would have took her straight to. Like I I don't get it, but sure. And I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you here. She was somebody I was baffled didn't move through automatically. She's my number 1 out of all 23 of these callbacks. Like this was a no brainer. She's great. But I'm excited we get one more performance from her, Lana.
Absolutely. It should have been in the live rounds, but okay, callbacks include. All right. And then Reina Kendo, she's a singer, right?
She's not. She did celebrity impersonations
Oh,
singing the
her.
toast.
I don't need to see because I saw her. I know her from TikTok, and I don't think. I don't. I don't need to see her again. But okay.
Yeah, I just don't feel, as somebody who's not a celebrity and doesn't stub their toe, I don't feel comfortable laughing at celebrity in person. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She's somebody that's kind of an odd callback, but I don't mind seeing what else she can do. She's my number 4 on this list.
Yeah. What else can you do, girl? I don't know, but we shall see what these callbacks mean for next week and see if who's gonna make it through.
Yeah.
We're gonna finally see who makes it through and finally get to the live shows because that's what we want to get to. But I don't know. I think the callbacks are interesting.
It'll be an interesting element, especially with celebrity like guests for each of them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But as we hit let one stage go, we hit a runway, Project Runway, and it was interesting. We left off where we left off of two people who were going to go home from the Team Eagles group and the Team Jets. I mean New York Giants team. Look, and yeah, sorry. There we go. Chloe and Angie were sent back in.
I was right. That's what I predicted.
That's what you predicted, and yeah, it was them. I'm not mad at it because they had bad looks too,
Hmm.
as well as Andre was just being a bad leader. So yeah,
It made sense to me.
it definitely made sense. It definitely made sense. And so this week we have we're going head to head against each other to with cruelty free fabrics. Everything is about this national humane, not the humane society, but it's a foundation and for who does cruelty free on animals and whatever. And so they really definitely take care of the animals. And so this was something a very passion project for Christian because he was a part of their cruelty free runway show. He did a piece on there, so he had some a part of that, and so that was this week's challenge that each group each person was going head to head and they were going to pick an animal that they were going to do inspired from these looks, and they were going to use cruelty free fabrics. And so each person they picked somebody from the button bag, and if you got picked you get to pick the person you want to go head to head with, and then the person who got picked then decides what animal they use. So Joseph McCrae picked Brian because Brian had so much to say about him and has had so much to say about him, and so Brian picks the macaw. Um, uh, Jeffrey picks Naheem because he just knew he could beat Naheem. That's literally what he said. I could beat Naheem. And Naheem picks the great white shark. Um, Aaron picks Anna because he likes working with her, and he likes, but he might think he can beat her. And she picks the lion. Um, B picks Jude. And Jude picks the uh uh what was it? What did he pick? Oh,
He
the
picks
wolf,
Arctic Wolf.
the
Yeah.
wolf. The Arctic wolf, which is a beautiful creature. Love looking from afar at the Arctic wolf. Beautiful. And then um Elizabeth and Bobby picks Elizabeth and they get the
Wild Mustang.
Mustang. Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest. The only interesting part of the workroom was a lot. Well, first of all, they had celebrity models that were going to be there for. So, um, uh, I forgot. Somebody, one of the bachelor. Oh my gosh, Charity Lawson. Excuse me, Charity was one. Ekin Sue from Love Island UK was another model. Summer, I didn't know this woman. Pardon that I don't know this woman, but she's from Vanderpump Rules. I don't watch that show. Um, Somebody else. Who was that? Can't remember her name, but another person. And then one other girl, she was from, I think, from Vanderpump Rules as well. But then she ended up pulling out at the last minute, and so they asked Chloe if in her interview, her exit interview, hey, you want to be a model? And so she was now a model, and it was crazy because Aaron and Anna had already started making this for the girl who they started with, and then she pulled out at the last minute, and so now they have to make a garment that's now going to fit Chloe. And so it was a lot. It was a lot of drama back there because it just didn't work. Ekansu was being a problem for Bobby. Ekansu didn't like nothing Bobby was doing, and she was telling her about it. And I'm like, "You go, Ekansu. I just love Ekansu, so she can just love Ekansu." Um, but it was interesting. It was interesting to see. We get the runway. Let's talk about it. Let's go through the list. Let's
Mhm.
Joseph and Brian. Who did you think won that one?
Well, this was the biggest knockout for me. Like, it wasn't even close. Brian's look was ugly.
It was
Like,
ugly.
I'm just going to say, Brian's the worst designer probably out of this whole cast. He
Ooh,
needs to go. Every week, I think he's been subpar.
absolutely. I found it to be very just ugly. It wasn't cute. I didn't even find like they were trying to give something that was cute about this look on the runway. It's the curve in this on this
Yeah,
side.
from the side.
I was like, it's ugly all the way around, 360 degrees ugly. Like it's just ugly. I didn't like it. I like Joseph McCrae. I don't like how Law talks to Joseph in this situation where he's like, "You're being arrogant, wearing the same fabric. Like we don't know who it is, and but you wearing it. So it's." I'm like,
I,
okay,
I get, like,
I
maybe
get
don't
it.
wear that so we have some suspense, but I don't think that's arrogant. I think
I
maybe
figured
it's just like ruining the suspense for them. That's what I would have said. Like, you're ruining the suspense for us.
right because like they don't know whose it is. So I'm like, yeah, that's it, but not arrogant. And I don't think it was ugly enough to even lose this competition or even be at the bottom. Like it wasn't. It wasn't. But he like, you lucky you had immunity, and that I'm like, okay, Law, whatever. Um, B versus Jude. Jude won this hands down.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like that he still is doing the suits thing, but still switching it up. Like, it wasn't my favorite thing he's done, but I still thought it had an interesting point of view for the Arctic Wolf. And Bees was just kind of simple, and I agree with everything they said about the breast parts.
I think it was Juice was interesting because I like the zipper details that he did for the suit. It was something interesting, it's something different. I like to see it. So it was definitely Jude stepping out of the normal Jude, but I liked it. I liked it. Bobby versus Elizabeth doing the Mustang. Honestly, I didn't like neither one of these.
Ooh.
I didn't like either one of these. I felt like Elizabeth had too much fabric. Like she should have cut something off that front. Like that braided stuff, it looked very crafty, very crafty, very crafty, and I didn't like it. And then Bobby's looked like a pirate winch got caught in the storm. It was just not good.
This is my favorite pairing. I like both of these quite a bit. In fact, my favorite look came from this group. Yes, I know, I know. I really liked Elizabeth's look. I thought it like had the flowy nature of a Mustang that's running. Like, even throwing the braid behind, like, it gave me the illusion of a Mustang. So I really liked it. It was my favorite look of the whole night.
Well, I have to find out from the panel on Monday if they agree with you because I definitely do not. Ugh. No. Anna and Aaron. Anna won this hands down. Anna won this hands down. Aaron did not. That skirt was just, it was, I don't know what that skirt was doing. I know he had to switch it up, but I like that Anna was like, the pants, her pants fit her. It was the top, the crop. It was just the perfect balance. And it did it give me lion? Not really, but neither did Aaron. So
Okay, well, this was my second favorite pairing as a whole, but I liked Aaron's better. I thought it had more of a creative angle to it. I thought Anna's was slightly boring, but still really well made. So I'll take the more interesting angle. This is easily my favorite thing Aaron's done so far.
we are definitely on different time, like wavelengths today. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Hey, we agreed on the first couple of things. So.
Yeah, Jeffrey and Naheem. I, I thought both of these were decent looks. I think Jeffrey's is pretty, really pretty. I like the how the shoulders and the peplum and all that. It was very pretty. It didn't give me shark. That was my only thing. I think Naheem was interesting and very modern streetwear kind of thing, but it didn't give me elegance. So I don't know. They balanced each other out for me. It was alright, but I think Naheem won.
Okay. This was pretty uneven for me because there's one I definitely like better. I'll just go ahead and say, Naheem has been one of my favorites since the start. This is by far my least favorite thing he's made. And it's really just the white dress underneath. I thought it was really ugly and looked like it was poor fitting. I don't know. It just did not look good to me at all. So I would give this one to Jeffrey.
Hmm. Well, the judges didn't agree. Jeffrey was the loser. So was
They agreed with
Elizabeth.
you on everything, apparently.
I mean,
It
because
only agreed with me on two things.
I mean that says a lot, David.
Mm, says I think for myself.
It says you don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever.
Well, but Elizabeth, Jeffrey, Brian, and B and Aaron all lost their heads to heads, and but then they said that Jeffrey was fine and Bobby was fine, so they were passed on. They were fine. Jude and Anna were the tops for them, and Jude ended up winning. Good for
Both of our
Jude.
people have two wins, our winner predictions.
Oh,
So
we do,
they're
do.
the only winners so far.
Hmm. So Jude wins, Anna's safe. And it really came down to B, Brian, and Aaron. And of course, Project Runway is going to leave us on a cliffhanger because they do that.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I just have to say, Law's kind of pissing me off this season. Like for him to stand there and say Aaron's look is disgusting was uncalled for and not true, not even close to
mhm.
true. Like I said, I liked it. Maybe Lana didn't, but I thought it was good. So disgusting is insane. Like
Yeah,
even if you don't like it, disgusting's a joke.
I liked it. I didn't like it, but it was not disgusting.
Yep.
Like, I don't think it was disgusting. And I do think it was very uncalled for Law to say it was disgusting and talking about you don't want to see him do his thing on merit and not see on wrong. We've seen it. He can do it. You've seen his work. It's like last week was a great week for him. Now, I didn't really like this look, but I wouldn't call it disgusting at all
Yeah.
because we've seen disgusting looks on the runway, and this one was
In
definitely
this
not
episode.
in this episode. But this was
Fine.
definitely not it. But
Yeah.
whatever.
I really hope he doesn't go because I do think Brian and B both had the worst looks of the night, but Brian 100% should be going.
I don't think it's gonna be Brian because
You know?
they trying to find something nice about it. It's the curve in the sign, and I don't think it's him. I think it might be. If anybody, it might be B. It's between B and Aaron,
Hmm.
and I would hate that if it's Aaron.
Yeah,
But
me too.
Dancing with the Stars, the next pro. It was an interesting week. We had group dance, and you can go check out my thoughts on the next pro. The recap is on the channel right now, so go check it out. It'll be in that right side corner right now. But okay, David, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting episode. I don't know this Brit Stewart at all, um, but um, Stephanie, I do want to talk about her and how she accidentally hit Natalie in the face. I don't know whose fault that was. Like, I don't know if Natalie was too close or Stephanie was swinging, but I felt really bad for both of them in this situation, especially Natalie. I hope, I'll go ahead and spoil, she does end up having to leave the competition. So I hope she gets a chance at season two if they do a second season of this. I'm sure they will because it's doing really well for them as far as viewership goes. But I just, yeah, I felt really bad for Stephanie. She has to feel incredibly guilty for causing that, even if it wasn't necessarily her fault. Um, but yeah, I thought it was an interesting group. It kind of showed some people at their better moments, some people at their lesser moments. Um, Especially, I think the person that really stood out in a positive way for me this episode was AJ, because I was needing him to step up beyond the white privilege jive that I was getting the first couple of episodes, and I think he proved himself. Like,
Yes.
he does have what it takes, and he knows how to stand out in a group. He took the lead over Nina's team because the two kind of weaker people from the initial group performance they did, they got to be the team captains, and I totally agreed with their choices here. I do think Tristan and Nina were the weak links then. Especially Tristan for me. Like, I thought he was really kind of struggling to keep up, unfortunately. And I like Tristan, so I've been rooting for him to step it up here. Um, but as far as the performances go, we had the "Are You Gonna Go My Way" from Team Tristan. Um, I actually really like Selena in this. I thought Selena and Stephanie were both very charismatic. The guys were also good, but they were kind of taking up the background a bit, which is fine. But I don't know. I had no problems with Stephanie or Selena. Um, and I do think that may have been the best for me that Tristan's been so far this competition. I thought he definitely improved from where he was in the first group number they did. Then with Team Nina, I thought they were so united. They felt like more of a unit than the first group. So if it was going to be sort of a team win, I would have expected it from them. With Alan falling, I thought that was on purpose. I thought that was just part of the choreo at first. So if they didn't make a big deal in the edit and talk about it afterwards, I would have never thought anything of it. Um, and I thought everybody kind of stood out equally in this group, which is probably what you're supposed to do in a group choreo. I really liked the part where the camera was in the middle of them and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
went around and showed everybody doing their solo thing. I thought that was a really cool touch. But yeah, I overall I thought it was a really good episode as far as the dances go. It was fun seeing Mark and Shirley go back and forth fighting. Um, but yeah, uh, who won? Was it Nina?
Leader
The
scene
team
one.
Nina's team won. Yeah.
Team Tango one. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. When it was Stephanie and Tristan in the bottom there, I
The Selena and Tristan.
or sorry, Selena and Tristan. I even had it written down correct and said it wrong. I wasn't going to be happy with either of them going. Obviously, I'm
Mm-hmm.
invested in Selena since I picked her for my winner. But I thought both of them, personally, what do I know about dance? But I thought they both did well in this challenge. So I wasn't going to be happy. So it was just kind of bittersweet knowing that they were both saved by Natalie leaving,
Mm-hmm.
because that's tough to see for her. But yeah, like I said, I want to see her again. I think she actually could benefit a lot from having a year to even get better because I do think she was probably one of the weaker ones in the competition that was left. She wasn't bad by any means, but she was not going to win. She could come back and win the second season, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, yeah. it, I think for me, Tristan was very lucky that Natalie was gone, and I think before they had to pivot for what they were going to do, because I do think they were going to send somebody home after that group, the first group dance where they was in the practice room. I think the plan was to send somebody home right then and there, and
Mm,
then go into the second group dance. But since Natalie was hurt, they couldn't send anybody home at that point because then it would have been odd again. And they,
mm,
because they had an odd number before she was gone, now it's even, and then they would have pulled somebody a bit odd again. So to do the second group number, but I think this helped Tristan because he would have been gone in that first one, and he would have been gone after that first dance. He was very weak. Um, and then in this one, I think he was better, but I still think Tristan needs he would definitely do good under the tutelage of Shirley Ballas or Mark or somebody who can show him the techniques because he really needs to get his technique down because he's going to always be behind if he doesn't have those technique issues, if he has those technique issues every time. But other than that, I think he's a good dancer. He just needs that little bit of technique to be better and to learn pick up choreography a little bit quicker. Because if you're gonna be in Dance with the Stars, like they said, you have to do group dances 3 hours before the show. You have to learn
mm.
group dances three
Amazing.
hours before the show, turn around, get dressed, go block, and go do it. You have to do that. And if you can't pick it up, you go put everybody else out. So
Yep. I will say there's also like two people that I think are technically very good dancers, but I'm gonna need to know more about them because right now I don't feel invested in them because the
Eric,
personality's not there. Eric is one of them for sure. The other one is
Stephanie.
Adele. It's Adele,
Oh,
actually.
it's Adele. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her. Like, she's a great dancer. She's by far one of the best dancers. But
Mhm.
like, even when I hear her talk, I'm like, is this the first time I'm hearing her? And she kind of seems a little cold, personality wise. So,
I think it's the European in her
yeah,
that shows her cold side, but and I definitely see that. I think she's such a good dancer that everybody will bypass that personality flaw. Like sometimes you are just that good of a dancer that it doesn't matter if your personality is good. But for Dancing with the Stars, you have to be able to communicate with with your star, and you can't be cold. You can't be, that for not this American audience and
mm,
not for the American stars because they don't live life that you got to. I need to speak to you on a heart to heart level, and if you can't teach me without being so cold blooded and mean, and that's the thing. A lot of the pros had to get up, like Max and Shakowski and Val. They're both European, dancers, and they had to realize, oh, okay, let me soften up a little bit.
yeah,
Before they got successful, like they were good dancers and they were good teachers, but they just weren't personable, and it didn't go well with some of their stars. They had some really blowout bad, situations, but I think once they got it, that's when they started winning. That's when they started winning with these people because they were like, okay, now I know how to talk to people. I know how to talk to them. So she'll have to deal with that. She's gonna
yeah.
have to. But yeah, you don't know much about her, but she's such a phenomenal
It
dancer.
really is. Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was her. I'll be honest, her and Nina, I get them mixed up. Like, they look too
Mm,
similar to me. But one of them just came across really condescending to Selena earlier in the episode.
Nina.
Was it Nina? I could have sworn it was Adele, but
No, it was Nina. She did that
okay.
last. Yeah, it was Nina.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing she did with Benji. It's the same thing. She just talks to them like they don't matter. And she's a bull in a china shop. She is very much direct. She's, going through, but yeah, she's like that. Like I think Adele is a little frosty, but she's fair. Like she listens, but she's a little frosty, but she listens. Nina is bubbly and sweet, but she don't listen. And
Mm,
that was what everybody was telling her. Like, you don't listen. I'm glad that she gave the reins to AJ in this dance because
yeah.
she needed to. But
Mhm.
Other than that, I think it was a good show. It was a good show. But we should move on because enough about the singing and variety. Let's get down to the social strategy. Where we got our headlines from, what we would go opening up this show with The Amazing Race Canada. This was an interesting show. This was very much an interesting show because we're coming off of a double pass or whatever, and Keisha and Nova gave that to Shayla and China, and they weren't happy with them. Like they were like not happy with you, and they came in last place, but because of uh Dana and Cordelia not finishing the challenge on the train, they had to get a 90-minute penalty, which caused them to be eliminated from the race. And so Shayla and China were like, and what? We still here. Do what you gonna do about it.
I
We
get it
gotcha.
though. I don't like them, but I get it. I get being annoyed with the situation.
I mean, but what are you annoyed for people playing the game? Like, I get it, but
Mhm.
like, they weren't even realizing that they were just playing the game. But it's okay. It's okay. They can be mad. And then they came into the airport because they had to fly to Montreal, and they came to the airport on smoke. Like, I want y'all to see y'all and get rid of us, and we still here. And she coming up like, why would you do that? Why? Like coming in hot, and I was like, who are you talking to, girl? Because if it was me, I'd be like, I did what I did. I will do it again. Was she like? What would you expect me to be like? Oh no, shaking in my boots. I did what I did, and I do it again. Case closed. But Keisha and Nova are too nice for that. I would not be because so who you coming at? Who you coming at hard? Who you coming at hot? Like hot. But anyway, because like I was literally fuming this morning when I watched it.
Really?
Fuming. I was like, oh, I would be so mad. Who are you talking to? And she came in. She I mean like I'm like, girl, we are playing a game. We are all grown. I was fuming before for them. I was fuming, but I digress. They go on. They have to do the detour. No, not a detour. It was a route info. Had to go pick plants. Go to the green. Uh,
16?
16 different plants, and you had to. First of all, when he said 1,000,000 feet green yard, like greenhouse, with all these different. I said, Lord Jesus, no. You want me to walk up and down these things, all these rows and rows and rows of plants? No.
You just need the assist. That helps.
That did help because they cut it down from 16 to 8. I was like,
Well,
and
didn't it show the order? Yeah.
huh?
Was it? Didn't the assist show them the order it should be in?
No, it took them down from 16 to 8.
Oh, okay, I misheard. I thought it said you don't have to figure out the order. Here's the order that they will all be in.
No, it was just that. And it was Keisha Nova got the assist. And I like that they put the assist in just a random envelope. And it's like, whoever picks that envelope, you get it. So um, they got it. So they had to, it knocked it down from 16 to 8. So, but everybody pretty much did it pretty, yeah, I guess they did it pretty quickly, or maybe it felt quick to me.
Yeah, Eamon and Beck were first, so I was happy about that. And
Mhm.
they found out they were heading to the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, where the intersection
Intersection,
will be. Mhm.
intersection ahead. Like, it's gonna,
Which
you
I
have
haven't seen
to,
too many of these.
Yeah, we did it a couple of times in an Amazing Race US, and so I like a good intersection. But I think I've only seen it like 2 or 3 times in the US, if I'm not mistaken. But the intersection is you get to the next place and you have to wait for another team to arrive, and then you decide if y'all want to work together. Sure. And so everybody was finishing. They were Eamon and Beck, Amina and Soraya, Tina and Liz, Satchka and Sebastian. They all finished really quickly around the same time, and so they were like, "Well, we don't know who's going to be here, who's going to get here on time." Eamon and Beck wanted to work with Satcha and Sebastian. They were really hoping to work with them because they know French and they're in Quebec, and you should know French. And what I found funny was nobody wanted to work with Tina and Liz. Michelle and Mateo was like, I don't want to work with them. I don't want to work with them.
Who
I'm
was it
like,
that's somebody was like, we should work with them and then
and then make them
sabotage them
lose.
and then beat them in a foot race. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy work.
I think
Like
that was who was that?
Mateo and Michelle.
Yeah. I'm okay. I have been butchering everybody's names this season. I'm going to fight to say things the way they say them on the show. So it's Michele. It is Eamon, not Eamon. It is Soraya, not Surya.
Hmm.
Like there's so many of these names I've been butchering.
The Taylor and China one, I know I'll be butchering them,
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't care.
Yeah. They don't deserve it.
They don't deserve my time to learn their names. I don't care. Um, I think they're mean, but um,
Speaking of mean, though, I was going to feel so bad if Eamon and Beck were, if Amin and Soraya came up to them and they're like,
no,
no, I'm
wait.
so sorry. We're going to wait for the next team. I would have felt so bad for them because I think they're so likable, especially her. Like she's so likable. And I was like, that would have broken my heart. So I was really rooting for them to kill this.
Yeah, and they did all right with this one. They had to go dance at the disco, and I was like, oh, period. I got this. I would do that. Like, uh, mm, mm,
Yeah, it worked out
mhm.
because Beck has been a dancer in her life, and Soraya she has been a fitness instructor. So they're like, "Oh, this actually is going to work." So it
And
was
they did
fun.
really
It was
good.
cute
It
seeing
was
them
a
dance.
cute dance, a cute setup, a cute mission to do. I thought it was a fun thing, a cute roadblock.
Mhm.
We saw them do it, and Beck and Soraya did really good. They got in. They had a couple of mishaps, but they got it together. Um, then Mateo, no, yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
next was Keisha,
Keisha
Keisha
Nova,
Nova, and then Michele and Mateo.
Mateo. They
Second,
did
third.
okay. They did all right. Keisha had it. She was getting it. Was it Michelle? He was having some problems, but he got it. He got it eventually. Then Tina and Liz and
No,
Sebastian.
well, they weren't there yet. It was actually
Oh,
Chayla and Cheyenne.
yeah, and Sasha and Sebastian.
Mhm.
They thought they were gonna have to work with Keisha and Nova, China and them. They were like, "Oh, I'm not working with them." I was like, "Girl,
They're like, we're gonna have to get over it. I don't want to though. I'm
it's
like,
like, come
they're a great
on,
team and they're great dancers.
hello." But all right,
But I knew it was a mistake when Tina and Liz ran off when they completed the greenhouse thing. I'm like, if I were them and knew I'd had to be paired up with whoever's probably last, I would have stopped and helped them.
yeah, so they can finish with me. We could get there
Mhm.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Felipe
left and
and
left.
Clara were still struggling with the greenhouse.
And Tina and Liz realized that very soon after they got there, like, shoot, we should have waited. We should have helped them, and then they would have got here. But they eventually came. I think everybody thought, well, we saw Keisha and Michelle went get their ones, and they left. And then China and Sebastian finally got it. They had a little couple of times to do it, and then they finally got it and left. And then Tina and Liz and Felipe Carr, they did theirs, and then they left. They were going to a detour. Detour was to Opa, whatever that
Shout
was, the
Opa.
puzzle, huh?
Shout Opa.
Shout Opa, and then take a selfie.
Say
Was
cheese.
say cheese, say Opa, say cheese. They had to go and figure out at the say cheese. They had to go to this famous selfie. It was a place with a lot of selfies could be taken. They had a lot of setups for different places. It was a lot good photo ops for anybody who wanted to go there. It was different, places, and so they had to set up the original picture from what they had. It was like spot the difference,
Yeah.
and
But you have to run back and forth
up,
each.
up,
That's
downstairs.
that's the part I wouldn't like.
Mm.
I would have wanted to do the Shout Opa.
I would have wanted to do the say Opa too, but and because say Opa was just go and put a puzzle together and this plate puzzle, and everybody. It was interesting that some people were having so much trouble with the white part, but it was because all the pieces were like different pieces and different, and then they had extra pieces in there, so they had to figure out how to place it so it can all fit together. It was, I think that was kind of difficult too. I probably would
Mhm.
have wanted to go to the say cheese just so I wouldn't have to deal with this puzzle. But the running up and down, I would have took my time. Like I'm not running. I'm not running. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna sit at that memory and try to catch things on memory. One, two, three, four. Okay. I'm gonna walk downstairs and I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna come back upstairs. Like I'm not running. I'm just not doing that because taking out energy for what? Because still, if I get as many as I can in the first go, how many things I spot the difference, running downstairs ain't gonna make me no fat. It's just not. It's play smarter, not harder.
Mhm.
Like, and then you had to take a picture with a local. Like, I had to
Yeah,
bug somebody in the cafe.
there was one guy that I was like, "Is he about to say no?" But
He was
he
like,
didn't. He was like, "What?" Okay.
"What? Sure." Like, I was like, "You seem more enthusiastic, sir. Please. I'm in a race." Like, jeez. But
I bet he didn't even say cheese.
no, he didn't even say cheese. Yeah. But everybody was doing it, getting their things. Some people at the Opa was struggling big time. Tina and Liz got to the Opa place, but then they were like, oops, it's full. So they had to run and go to the other one. And that was the easier one, I'll be honest. It was definitely the easiest challenge. I probably would have picked that one too, but
Yep. We did see that Eamon, like, that was where I referenced the thing about, like, he's like, "Don't talk to me. I can't. Once I have it memorized, you can't say a thing to me, or I will lose it." He was literally taking mental pictures.
it was interesting to see. But it paid off for Eamon and Beck because they came in first.
They did.
And they got a trip to Croatia.
I'm triggered.
I know.
I'm triggered, Lana. I thought I was going to Croatia at the end of July, but it turns out there was miscommunication with my friend. He was going in June. So
Ugh,
I should be going on this trip.
I'm sorry. You did
To
not
make
get to
things
go to Croatia.
worse, my I opened up my computer today and does like random backgrounds from around the world, and there was this
Mhm.
really pretty bridge on the background. I'm like, ooh, I wonder where that is. And I clicked like more information about this photo. This is in Croatia, and I'm like, oh my god, like literally that happened today, and I'm like, the universe is taunting me.
It is saying, you didn't go to Croatia.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's not good at all. I'm sorry. Sorry. 'Cause that would piss me off. That would piss me off if everything I see is like Croatia. I won't be surprised if something else pops up next week on some show that's talking about Croatia from you. I don't know. But even in make it first, they go to Croatia and
They did the
$10,000.
beers too. We didn't talk about that, but it
Who?
was
What
such a
now?
quick thing. They had to serve the beers.
The beers. I forgot about the beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to serve beers and then learn how to pour it first, the perfect pour, and then I mean, I don't drink beer, so I didn't really care about this challenge. But they did it, and they made it first. They were first. Uh, Amin and Soraya was second.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them. Good for them.
Very happy. Tina and Liz used their express pass today, and they came in third. They moved up, shot up, and they came into third place.
Hmm.
So good for them. Um,
Felipe and Clara
were,
were.
were fourth.
Mhm.
China and Shayla were fifth.
Yeah,
Um, Michelle and Mateo were sixth.
I think it was Sebastian
Oh
and
no,
Sebastian.
Sebastian,
I get
and
them
yeah,
mixed up, to be honest. I don't know
Sebastian.
why. I keep getting those two boy teams mixed up.
I forgot. Sacha and Sebastian was sixth, fifth, and Michelle and Mateo were sixth, which left Keisha and Nova in last place.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but throughout, like, especially the last like 10 minutes of the episode, everybody kept saying, so like lots of things can happen. You never know. Don't
Hmm.
catch yourself out. So this whole time I was like, we're about to see a foot race and Keisha and Nova are about to pass them. So I kept thinking that they were going to surprise everybody and get it in that seventh place. I didn't expect the actual surprise that was coming.
I kind of suspected this actual surprise that was coming because when they read the clue to the pit stop, they said the last team may be eliminated.
Yeah,
And usually they say the last team will be eliminated. And so when they said may, I was like, is this? Is this? And I was like, okay, I'm hoping, but I don't know. Because on a base race, the United States race, they have started saying may all the time.
yeah, that's what they used to do too. Like in
And
the
it's like
early.
they may be eliminated, and then it's never a non-elimination leg. So I'm like, but I don't know because Canada, y'all been saying will, and then switch back to May on the none. I don't know. So I wasn't sure, but I was like 70% sure this would happen.
Yeah,
And sure enough, this was a non-elimination leg, and Keisha and Nova are still going to continue into the race. And I was like,
they're getting some lucky escapes in this competition. I'm
lucky
happy about it.
escapes. I love that. Now I know they're going to have to have a speed bump in the next leg, but I'm excited to see what can happen from them. So Keisha and Nova are still in.
Yeah, and there's also the U-turn in the next episode. And honestly, I'm gonna say I think people need to stop worrying about Tina and Liz so much because that's all they talk
Mm-hmm.
about. Eamon and Beck, that's the team they should be worrying about. They've been first place 2 out of the 4 episodes. They were second place one of those episodes as well. They are
Mm-hmm.
the biggest threats right now. So if they have an opportunity, that's who they should U-turn.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think unless you can't, unless they first to the U-turn booth and they just can't be
Yeah,
U-turn, you might need to think about it. But I have a feeling Shayla and China will U-turn Keisha and Nova, just because they go say karma,
yeah.
but I don't know.
It makes
I
sense.
don't.
Yeah. It makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
It is what it is at this point. But we can move on because Big Brother is a thing. It started. We're in the third week of it, or now starting into the fourth week. It's what a messy week of Big Brother this was. Only to go into another boring week.
Yeah.
Just so disappointed. But this week we had a tea party. We had banging teapots. We had call outs. And then we had the most anticlimactic ending.
Mhm.
Talk about it because honestly, I've talked about it enough. I don't.
Yeah, I won't go into too many details, but I will say this is where the season is really starting to go downhill for me. And I think the 1-2 punch of having Camus when HOH followed by Haley is worst case scenario upon worst case scenario. Um, and I know I've been critical of Jason. I think I really like how he handled himself this week.
Mm-hmm.
He really earned a lot of my respect back. And then I think the part where he was kind of by himself talking about how he misses gay people, that's where I really started to like understand him even more because as a gay person, like I do know sometimes when you're only in spaces where there's straight people and you're all alone, it can feel extremely isolating because you never know, like even if people aren't open about it, you never know how like accepting somebody's going to be of you because you have a lifestyle as they call it that you can't control, but you still get judged for people for it, and that's absolutely happened with him. Like, sure, Camus on paper had like like valid reasons to go after Jason, but you cannot convince me for 1 second that the main reason was he didn't like his lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
He was uncomfortable by that. Missed me with the drag stuff. So Jason leaving under Camus' HOH is the ugliest scenario that we could have received this episode. So yeah, it was heartbreaking. Um, a lot of love is being sent his way by fans and alumni, and by myself. Like he jumped way up on my rankings this week, as you'll see. Actually, my rankings have shuffled around a whole lot, a whole
Me
lot.
too. Me too.
Um, so yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah, I don't like the because Camus is so ill. He's very gross, and I'm not a fan. And his whole thing, as much as he can say it was for the game and what Jason was doing in the game, I'm not going to believe that his lifestyle or who he was has nothing to do with it. Just like this week, I don't think Haley's decision to go after the people she's going after has nothing to do with who she is as a person. I just I think Jason being like, I miss gay people, I understand how that feels, that isolation and not being in a place where no one looks like you or no one has the same interest as you. And that's why I feel like Taylor telling Haley, yes, I like Lala. Do we have the same game? No, but I like her. I can't talk to the only other black woman in this cast without, because she understands me. Like that's the only, like we could talk. I can't talk to her. And Haley's like, no, no, no. I just feel like
Yeah, is this 2002? Like, why is this still happening?
what is like please. And honestly, I think she only tolerating Chuck because Kamu brought him into the fold and they think she tolerating. I don't think she like him. She tolerating him. And because I feel like look, I feel how I feel about Haley. I know what she is. I think I know what she is. I feel like she is that. And she's showing it. Just like Kamu is who he is, and he has online digital footprints to show it. So it is what it is. We can get to the rankings because honestly, these rankings have shifted.
Yeah, so this is my rankings. So I had a few people in my love section that fell out. All of the icons dropped out of it. Well, and a new icon went up there because
Mm-hmm.
Jason, I love you, Jason. I love you, Selena. I know it's a little bit late, but I'm very happy to say that I was rooting for Jason to pull something off in the end. It was devastating that he didn't get that blockbuster. Drew is still my favorite. I think Drew is being judged unfairly just for I don't know how like him being youthful and not being some alpha person. So you must be this strategic person that wants to backstab us and plot against us. It's like I mean he's paying the price for what Quinn did, I guess. And Quinn didn't even do that much to you, Angela. Like you did more to Quinn. So I don't know. My like category, I really like Lala. I think she's a sweetheart. I was unfortunately rooting for her to go this past episode, but she's here, so I'm rooting for her. Barrett, I still really like the guy. I think the internet needs to chill on the speculation about his sexuality. Once somebody says something, take them for their word on it. Like, even if he were gay, even if he were, if he's saying he's straight, that's his prerogative. Like, don't try to out somebody before they're ready, which I don't believe that he is gay. Like, I believe what he says. Melody, I love her. I think she's really smart. I really hope she doesn't start turning on Drew. Sounds like she might be a little bit, which is annoying. Taylor, I think she's also kind of turning on Drew. It's really sad to see the people who are on the outs kind of go against each other when they know their options are limited. But I don't know. They need each other more than ever right now. The fine category for me, all three icons have dropped down there, and they're lucky to be in the fine category for now because I think they're all paranoid. I think they're all kind of turning into bullies. Um, I think Angela and Dee are kind of toxic together.
Mm-hmm.
They both keep feeding off of conspiracy theories and enabling each other to be crazy. It's also kind of disappointing to see how Devins has really not stood up for people that really would have his back otherwise. So yeah, all of them are in the fine category. Mallory, she's slightly moving up for me. She's just kind of annoying for me. Like, I was absolutely hoping she would lose the blockbuster
Me
and go
too.
home out of the three that were on the block. Yeah. Um, Yash is there. Like, I wish I knew anything about this guy. All I know is he has a bad haircut. Somebody tell him, please. Like, that's messed up. Everybody in the house. Lyric, I wanted to move you up, but you are such a sellout. You have sold out everybody on your side. You are trying to be this bottom feeder to these bullies, and it's gross to me. So I hope Rome's disappointed in that. Chuck, another person I don't know much about, but you are extremely guilty by association because you are associated with these two kind of vile people on the bottom for me. Uh, Haley, Camus, GTFO. I need some sort of twist to take them out immediately. I will not be happy in this like show as long as they're around.
Absolutely. All right. My rankings are as follows: Taylor and Jason, love them. Love them, love them, love them.
Barrett's not in the top spot anymore.
Nope, Beard has fallen down. Beard has fallen a little bit. Beard has fallen. I hate to say it. Hate to say it, but Beard has fallen. But I still like him. I still like him. But I feel like this week y'all had a choice. You and Drew had a choice to make some change, and y'all chose not to do so. So that was. But yeah, I like Taylor. I like Jason. I love them. Lala, I still like you. Yes, you haven't done anything, so I like you. You haven't offended me. You haven't made me go, ugh. So yeah, you're all right. Um, all the icons are my fine. All of them. I don't really care for any of them right now. Mallory and Melody, y'all fine. I think Melody talks in a lot of ish, and is y'all need to realize y'all need to work together instead of turning on each other. Y'all just have to work together, and I think this is the week to do that. And y'all really need to think about your longevity in this game. And so, yeah, Chuck associated bad with you. You just bad by association. You need to remove yourself from them. Maybe we can work something out. But Lyric, you are a sell out girl. Oh my God. You are the worst of the worst. You're the worst kind of girl. Like and I am not convinced this whole thing you do is an act. Isn't an act. This whole baby voice, I find everything about her being so gross. The pigtails, the baby voice, the whole act. I find it gross, and you are feeding into people infantilization, pedophile, men liking babies. You are feeding into that narrative, and I don't like it. Grow up. You are a grown woman. You are an attorney, and you are sitting on national TV. I would never hire you as my attorney. I think you would be such like you can't be good at your job doing that. Like I just can't. I don't like her. I don't like her. Not enough to tell her to get out my house, but I don't like that. Everything about that just sickens me, like disgusts me, girl. And then Kamala and Haley, yeah, y'all can get out. Y'all can get out. You can get out as you can get out yesterday, as quickly as yesterday. I am so over them, so over them. Cannot, cannot stand it, and I will not tolerate it. I will not. But yeah, that's it. That's what we got. And yeah, Big Brother, such a disappointment. Y'all pick it up. This is week 4.
Yep.
Pick it up. But we should just move on to something that we enjoy talking about a lot more, and that's our drag. Oh yeah, I forgot. Big Brother pissed me off. So shall we talk about La Más Draga?
Let's do it. So, as you may remember, I was confused about how many episodes we have left, just because I know when the finale is filming. So I thought it was going to be 10 episodes, but I guess not, because this was the second to last episode. So I guess we're going to have a couple of weeks off from talking about Solo Las Más before we get to the finale, which I'm okay with. I'm glad it's starting to wrap up. It's gotten better, but I still have not loved it. Um, so we start off the episode with some more of the star stuff. Juana, she ends up stealing a star from Lupita. She steals a pink star from her. Lupita's very mad about it. Um, and Rahina, she is able to get rid of one of her black stars, so she does that. Mr. Boo, once again, starting drama. She says, "You all ganged up on me this whole time." And Hidden goes through every single person there, and she's like, "Wait, who here has voted for Mr. Boo the whole time?" And she points out and has each person answer individually. Only Rahina is like, "Well, yeah, I have," but everybody else is like, "No, I have not voted for her every week." So, um, and then Lupita storms off. She smashes her sunglasses on the ground. She's still, I guess, upset about Juana stealing her star. And I'm like, "You've got so many stars, girl. You're going to be fine." Um, and then we find out that we have our last challenge, and it is La Muy Mas. So they get to show off kind of their elevation since their season. But first, there's a mega challenge. They are each doing a TV commercial for Beauty Creations. They only get 2 takes to do it, though. So if they mess up the first time, they better get it perfectly right on the second try. And we do see a lot of struggles. So yeah, there's some people that get most of their lines right, but then they have some other issues. I was surprised by who my favorite was. It was Deseos. Deseos has not been the strongest competitor, but she was kind of nailing this commercial. And I was very happy to see that they also felt that way in judging. And she actually got a gold star for having the best commercial. So that's a big prize for this challenge. We get into the workroom. There's some more drama between Juana and Rahina. It turns out last week, I guess Rahina threw water on Juana and then stormed off. And then Juana threw her whole glass at Rahina as she stormed off. But Rahina's mad at Juana for making jokes about people constantly. But that's just Juana's sense of humor. I know it's not for everybody. Um, Rahina is even like, "Who else has had an issue with this?" And a few other people agree that it's been an issue for her. But Juana's like, "Well, why haven't you like said it? If like it's an issue, tell me that instead of throwing water at me." So I kind of get her frustration there. We also learned that apparently Deseos and Lupita have hooked up, or at least like trade blowjobs or jerked off each other. I don't. I feel uncomfortable talking about it, but yeah. Deseos goes on this love tour, talking about how she has appreciated playing with everybody. Goes around, gives everybody hugs. uh, gives Lupita a kiss on the lips. Mista Boo's also in their love era. She says she's Mista Amor now. So they're ending things in the workroom on a high. So that's good. But then once we get to the La Más Muy, some people really impressed me. Some people kind of disappointed me here because this is supposed to show their elevation. I think a lot of people didn't quite do that for me. Like Rahina, I thought it was okay. She's had a lot better looks on the runway. Miss Taboo was pretty good, but she like tripped. I do think it was one of her better looks. So Raga, it was pretty, dripping in chains, but didn't especially impress me. Lupita was in a skin dress. I've seen it done better before. Kylie's and both Kylie's and Peke were in these like red gowns that were really pretty, but I don't know. I just wanted to see something like the most grand, the most extravagant here. So most of them kind of let me down, but I did have a pretty clear top three. So my top three this episode were Juana. Um, I wasn't sure what the look was exactly, but it was very like pillowed and it was covered in like owl feathers and she had an owl mask. It was very intricate. It intrigued me. I thought it was another really strong week for her. Deseos. This was actually my favorite look that Deseos has had this whole season. It was very girly, pink with lots of gold and a big blue bow. She always has her bows as her kind of signature. She ended it on a high for me. But my favorite of the episode was Hidden Mistake. I thought it was gorgeous what she was wearing. She was a moth. It was so cool looking. Love the long wings she had. It had like an androgynous edge to it. And for me, you can't go wrong with blue, white, and gold combination. It was stunning. Um, so we found out the winner of the challenge was Hidden Mistake, and absolutely agree with that. It was her fourth challenge win, so she's killing it. Second place, Juana, great. She was in my top three. Third place also got a pink star. Deseos, great, also in my top three. I really agreed with this judging. Um, and then we find out that everybody is going to vote for a queen they want in the finale and somebody they don't want in the finale. Somebody they think should be there, somebody shouldn't. And all of that's going to factor into points determining who our finalists are. We see some of the voting. The thing that stood out to me the most was Miss Taboo. Her vote on who shouldn't be in the finale was herself. I think maybe she's self-aware. She knows the writing on the wall. So she was just okay with voting for herself here. Then we find out the judges also cast votes as well. But two queens have the same amount of points, so they have to do a lip sync, and that is Kylie's and Peke. So they did a lip sync together. Peke was serving energy, Kylie's was serving sex. Both of them were very good. I think maybe Peke was doing a little too much. So I probably would have put Kylie's in out of these two, but we will find out soon. But first, we find out the person with the most points is Hidden Mistake. So that's our first finalist. She has moved on. Our second most points is Juana. So very happy about that. Third most points, Lupita. So we have three of our top four finalists. So now we know it's between Kylie's and Peke. And they announce our fourth finalist is Kylie's and Peke. Yes, we have a top five. So they faked us out. So that does mean we lose Raga, we lose Regina, we lose Miss Taboo, and we lose Deseos. So kind of expected. Like all of those people have been getting lots of black stars. So I'm excited to see how this finale goes. They don't film it until mid-August. So I don't think we'll actually see the episode until like maybe August 17th. We'll see. So more drag to talk about, though. Lots of drag to talk about this week, but that's it for La Más. Now we have Drag Race France. Did you get to watch this one, Lana?
Some. I watched the runway and the lip sync. So the snatch game, though, it was a snatch game. So you could talk about the snatch game. I'll talk about the runway.
Well, you'll be very happy to hear the dub has gone back to normal. No more Italian like mobster gangsters. So very glad about that. But everybody was so sad to see Margaret leave. Like people were tearful over her exit. Me too. I'm still not over it. And to nobody's surprise, we find out that she gave the golden baguette to Lana. It's the third time in a row where the person eliminated has given it to the person that beat them in the lip sync. I have a feeling that trend is about to continue personally. Um, but for the mini challenge, they actually get to paint something, and they find out they're painting Nikki. I actually thought this was really cute. Like just getting to see people do arts, like it felt so low stakes. They're all just standing there painting Nikki as she models for them. It actually made me smile just watching because I like art a lot. Um, and they all show off their paintings. Most of them are really, really good. I think my favorite. It was pretty close between a few of them. I think maybe Holly and Lana were my favorites of those. But we find out there's not a winner. There were no stakes on this. All that's happening is each of the paintings are going up for auction. So Drag Race France fans can actually buy each of these paintings. So that's pretty cool. But we do find out it is Snatch Game, and Sublime loses her mind. She's so upset about it. I've never seen somebody so upset immediately just finding out that it's Snatch Game. She didn't want it to happen. She's been dreading it. She says she knows she's going to fail. And I was like, why? You like know this is going to happen. You've had time to plan for this. This is the one thing that pretty much every queen on every season of Drag Race can count on, unless it's All Stars 11. That's the only exception here. But everything else since season 2 of Drag Race um, has had Snatch Game. So it was really upsetting to see her be so down on herself. But the actual Snatch Game itself was really good, I thought. Like, of course, a lot of the humor isn't going to land on me because it's kind of lost in translation. Luckily, I did know 3 of the characters at least because we had Celine Dion. Lana was Celine Dion. Holly White was Mariah Carey. And then La Harpy was Lara Fabian, which I don't know a lot about her. I just know I Would Love Again. Like, I know that song. Apparently, Celine and Lara have a feud, or at least like a rumored feud. So that gave a lot of room to play between Lana and La Harpy, and they sure did. Like, that was like a lot of what they did, was just kind of bickering back and forth. Um, but I was impressed with some of the people, especially Lana. Lana really surprised me here. I think the funniest thing to me, like I still can't believe she did this. She was talking about Renee, her husband, dying, and she's like, "Ever since he died, I keep a little piece of him with me." And she pulls out like this hand, like this shriveled up hand, and just like interlocks fingers. Like she literally is carrying a piece of Renee. I was like, this is wild. I will say, Azamelia was doing so much. Like, I don't know who she was. She was wearing this like red wig, but she was in the back row and she was just constantly just moving, like flailing her arms around her head, like every nonstop. And I get staying in character, but to a point, like it became a distraction for me with her, especially because she was right behind. Who was she right behind? I can't remember. Oh, she was right behind Daisy. And every time they would show a close up on Daisy, you would see Azamelia in the background, like, and it's like, chill, chill. I just want to focus on Daisy right now. But Daisy, speaking of Daisy, she was playing, I think, a former president of France. And it was really funny, especially like when she was like quoting kind of drag race lingo in a very like straightforward, straight way. She was like, "Yas, queen, oh, like that was really fun. Daisy is so good. Like I underestimated her before the season. Like the first episode, I was like, I see a lot of potential, but she's been in the top ever since episode 2 for sure. She's doing great. Um, but yeah, if I had to pick a top 3 from this challenge, it would definitely be Lana and Daisy. I had a hard time with my third spot. I think it would have been Fluffy for me just because there was like one, I can't even remember what it was, but there was one really funny line that Fluffy said. And then my bottoms for me were definitely Azamelia. Holly would have been in the bottom for me as well, just because she wasn't doing much with Mariah. Like, I don't know. It wasn't even giving Mariah. And then maybe, I don't know. It was tough for me between Sublime and La Harpy. Maybe La Harpy by default, but really, it was pretty clear bottom two for me. Then afterwards in the workroom, they talk about chemsex, which is interesting because I do know, like, from my times in Europe, there's lots of, like, if you get on Grinder or anything, like, it's all like, are you into chem or whatever? And we call it like, well, I don't call it, but in the United States, it's a lot of like party and play, but it's basically having sex while high on drugs like meth specifically. So a lot of them talked about how that's such a big thing, like a big issue in France. A few of them were pretty open about having done it in the past. Like Azamelia was talking about it. Daisy was talking about it as well. But yeah, like I'll be open and say like I had an ex who got addicted to meth um, from something like this, like being lured by an older man, and then the to keep him coming back, he got him addicted to meth during sex. So and now he's gone to prison for that. So like it's a really serious thing. So I'm glad they were open about that because it really is an issue in gay culture. Not with everybody, obviously, but it can be kind of like the downside of the gay community for sure. Then we have our runway, which we both can talk about. It's appetizer, entree, dessert. It's two reveals, a 3-in-1.
All you can eat.
Yep.
Honestly, I'll just say who I liked. It was because a lot of it was some nice reveals. Some of them a little sloppy. Some of them didn't completely go undetected like I would like because I like my
Mhm.
reveals very clean, very clean. But this didn't give me super clean, I will say. But I liked. Um, I'm trying to pull up my thing here so I can make sure I'm seeing correctly. But
Right.
mm, I mean, Lana, I didn't really like that one. I didn't like her runway that much. It was cool, but
Yeah,
um,
that first reel that didn't count.
that didn't really, it really
Just
didn't.
dropping something that doesn't count.
That doesn't count as a reveal. My favorite reveal, I think, was mm, oh, who was the one with
I had a pretty
strawberries?
clear number one. Oh, the
Go ahead.
strawberry ones. The strawberries was sublime with the strawberries and cream.
Yeah, I liked that one, and I liked the other picnic table one.
I think that was Daisy Super Bitch.
Yeah, that's what I liked.
Yeah. So I was actually kind of sad about how the results for this went because we had our top three, our bottom three, we had our safe, who didn't get
Hmm.
any feedback. The safe person for me was by far my favorite runway, and that was La Harpy. Um, because she not only had three distinct looks, they were three very different silhouettes, and I'm like, that's so impressive that you were able to do that. She first comes out with this high society woman, and it's like a very like structured top, like red, I think, and it reveals into this white dress
Hmm.
uh, with flies on it
Hmm.
that was very like pillowy, and then she revealed into this like really colorful look inside. All three reveals were seamless for me. Like it's one of the best 3-in-1s I've ever seen. So it
Hmm.
was by far my number one. Like it wasn't close for me.
That's cool. I mean,
Mhm.
it's good. I like hers too.
Yeah.
I did.
But I did like Daisy Super Rich was my number two and Sublime was my number three. So I absolutely agree with those as well. Holly White was my biggest disappointment, I think. Like she came out with this escargot kind of blob look, and then she turned into this fondue look underneath. And then her last look was the best one, but it still wasn't great for me. So not the best episode for Holly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Fair. We did get the dreaded question of who should go home and why. I was actually pretty pleased with how this went because it was the most split I think I've ever seen on Drag Race. Lana said Sublime, Holly said Fluffy, Fluffy said Sublime, Azamelia said Fluffy. Okay, so far it's 2 and 2. It seems obvious. But then we get La Harpy saying Azamelia. Then we got Daisy saying Holly. And then Sublime says Fluffy. So we had 4 different people named. Fluffy was named the most, which I certainly did not agree with. Um, yeah, and the judges didn't agree with it either. Yeah, so uh, especially because okay, they agreed that she was in the bottom, but they really liked her runway, and one of the queens used that against her. Um, but yeah, we do find out Lana won the episode. I thought she deserved it. I didn't expect that. She seemed like somebody who would go kind of early to me,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't. And this is our 4th episode, 4th different winner. So they're really spacing it out. I wonder how long that can keep going. Um, but Lana has the golden baguette, and she gets to save somebody. And we do know that her and Fluffy are really good friends. So I'm not surprised, but she ends up saving Fluffy from the bottom, which means that our bottom 2 is Azamelia and Holly White. I agree with it. I do think they were my least favorites in the challenge and on the runway. So I was perfectly okay with that. Did you get to see the lip sync? Because I have questions about that. Like, I don't know if there was something going on with the audio when I was watching it, but the whole song just seemed like it was echoing. Like the entire song had an echo, like a couple seconds behind. I don't know if that's how the actual song is or what, but it was throwing me off the whole time. Um, but I did think it was a pretty good lip sync. Um, I would have given it to Osmelia though.
I mean, I get it with the audio, and it did throw me off a little bit too,
Mhm.
as well. I was just like, what's happening? But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the song or what. Uh, I don't know. I kind of like Holly in this, but I mean, I could see Osmelia winning too. I
Yeah.
wasn't like too disappointed in anything. I thought it was an okay lip sync. They both did pretty good, and it wasn't anything too egregious that I was like, oh, I don't like this at all. It was just it was decent.
Yeah. I mean, the judges were getting like, especially Nikki was getting really emotional as the lip sync was going on, and I'm like, I don't get
I
how
don't
this
know
is
the
an emotion. But then I
right.
realized, oh, I don't think that's what she's getting emotional about. Because when we saw the elimination, Nikki kept Osmelia, and then she sent home Holly, and she gave such a like heartfelt uh, elimination message to Holly. She's like, "Here's my message to you as a judge," and she
Mm-hmm.
went on to say whatever she had to say, and then she said, "And here's what I have to say to you as your friend," which I did
Mm-hmm.
not realize they had been friends long before Holly was ever on Drag Race. And so I think that's what was hard for Nikki is knowing she was about to have to send her friend home just to be like a fair judge. That's what she had to do. And I'm sure that is difficult in this sort of situation. But I respect her for being impartial. Holly did too. Holly said, "Thank you for treating me just like anybody else would have been
Mm-hmm.
treated." So it was definitely an emotional goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, well, we go from one drag race France to Canada's Drag Race All Stars. And David, I have a feeling we don't need to do this alone.
I
we
agree. I'm
I
lonely.
think we've done enough of this alone, and I think our audience would love to have some more input besides us talking, and then I think they'll just be grateful just to see this person back on their screens. It's River.
Yay!
And
Guess who's back in the house? Hello, hello, hello.
period. I mean, guess who's back back again. We are so honored to have you to join us for Canada's.
Thank you.
When's the last time this happened?
This haven't happened in a
Girl,
minute.
It's been a
Like
while.
last year.
Too long, if you ask me. Way too long.
Way
Probably
too
Drag
long.
Race Brazil episodes last year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, very much so. But River's gonna join us to talk about All Stars. So let's get into it because first of all, they had my favorite runway of the season because it's purple. Like, why would I not like a purple runway?
Love purple.
Love purple. But it also had my saddest outcome because what?
Right.
What? I'm not happy with this. But it also produced one of the greatest lip syncs that happened on this show this year. And I just loved it. So all the emotions. We had the girls doing a prime minister campaign ad for the first drag campaign, drag prime minister candidate. That's what they were going with. So they paired them up in groups of threes. I liked this. I liked this whole thing of the campaigns and all that. I like how they did it. I like the three girls being in one ad and promoting each of them having a chance to promote themselves, and then the other two were, I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed this whole thing.
Me too. I did like it. I would have preferred, just for me, because I'm very meticulous, whatever, annoying, if you will. I would have preferred, because they had 6 people, I wish they would have just done pairs, because that would have made sense. But it didn't not work with trios. I just think it would have been even better, in my opinion, but I still enjoyed it. And I also really love the mini challenge. I just want to quickly mention, because I just love mini challenges. And doing this, I hope they do this again in like another season, either Canada or any other franchise. That was really fun. And doing the Vivienne Westwood inspired look.
I mean,
I love it.
Which was by far the
and
best one.
It was. And I also think I like the runway theme, and I think everyone looked good. Like, I do have like my favorites and least favorites, but my least favorite was still good. So like, this was overall a really great episode. Mini challenge, workroom, and Untucked, the runway, the lip sync, literally everything was great. Like, this episode was so good.
it was good.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here to talk about this, River. Even though you're a little hardy to the tardy, we're gonna let that slide. Can I just say, like, once again, Jada?
Elsewise, it would have been just the two of you.
Right. She continues to crack me up. That was one of the things. Yeah, there was another. Oh, when she said earlier in the episode, like, there's always a quote for me with Jada, but she was like, her performance is saying elsewise.
Yes.
Wait, elsewise?
Wait,
Is that
what?
where otherwise?
I love Jada. I have grown to really love Jada, and I did not know her. Like I didn't watch her season, but
and I was met on her in her season. Like,
you are met. Yeah, like you did say, she's not. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that she's back. I'm so excited to have met her, and she is so refreshing, and like, she is making me laugh every single week. Every single week. I just love her. I just love her.
She's just a good time gal. You just know, like, it's just fun. Like, every moment she's on my screen, I am like locked. I'm like, yes.
Look, every time. We just got to turn up.
It's her, and for me, also Sammy.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with her.
They're
in her
a great
season.
alliance.
I'm loving her here. I love her. Love her.
Look, you got to turn up with Jada and be trashiki with Sammy. I just love them.
And the fact that they kind of have like a low key, like a wink wink alliance. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm loving it.
Yeah, they're almost like, you know how the judges on Canada used to just kind of look at each other and nod?
Mm-hmm.
They have that same superpower. They're like, they can look at each other and nod, and they're like, this is how we're going to vote this week.
Mm-hmm. In the Untucked, when they were like, they all looked at each other and they knew, they were like, girl. You know that meme of like, girl. Or Kiki Palmer with Yvette when she goes,
Yes,
Rose.
bro.
Like,
That
you
was
know,
a lot
it's
of there was
giving
a
that.
lot of
It's
black
giving that. Yeah, yeah,
conversation
yeah.
going on. That was a lot of drag
Like,
conversation going
in
on
the
between
eyes
Jada
going
and
on
Sammy.
over
Look,
here.
a lot of drag conversation. Everybody won't understand it, but
Mhm.
I will also say, Tiffany, you've always been known for who is this gorgeous whore. Those days are gone. You will not be known for that anymore. It will forever and always be 5, 6, 7, 8. That is you now. That is all you are known for. Because that was wild. This whole
That
time I'm
was
like,
so
wait,
funny.
is this part of her script? Like, why is she doing this?
Look, maybe it was funny. It was really fun to watch, but maybe it's something with like it helped because she's like a dancer. Maybe it helps her to like calm down or kind of or like get started or something. It's like a maybe I'm sure it's like something that helps her with the process, right? But it was really funny. Like it was so funny because every time.
It reminded me of like Mo Hart doing the okay cut, like like that was her way of transitioning.
Yep.
oh, love it. So, should we talk about the runway and then the actual maxi challenge of the candidate speeches because that's how they did it on the show.
Mhm.
So we see the runway. I just need to know from y'all who are your tops, who are your bottoms.
Yeah, I have a pretty clear top two.
I do. I do
And
too.
for this runway, I'm rooting for everyone black because
Period.
my girls Michaela and Jada killed it. So Michaela came out with this showgirl look. I thought I love the feathery aspects to it. Like the boobs were out. She looked stunning in this purple. I think that's her color. So Michaela was my second favorite, but Jada, bitch, come on. This is my favorite thing that Jada's ever worn. Very high quality. Love all the shades of purple she used. Like it was just incredible.
Mhm.
River, who are
Well,
you?
this is kind of boring because it's same.
Okay.
Well, same. And like I said, like the ones that I have that were my least favorite were Tiffany and Nira, but I still thought they both looked beautiful.
Mhm.
It's just everyone else just I thought looked even better, but great runway overall.
I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I agree with both of these people. And Michaela and Jada were definitely my favorite too.
In
Um,
that order.
it, yeah,
For me.
Michaela,
For me. Yeah, yeah.
and then Jada. That
For
was
me, it
my
was
order.
Jada, then
Yours
Michaela.
was Jada and Michaela, and
Oh, okay.
mine was Michaela and then Jada. But that's apples like
Right.
potato. Like
But it's like by you a fraction, you know.
right, I would have never like this runway alone would have told me, yeah, no, Michaela, she ain't going nowhere. Like it would have told me that. And I
Everyone passed. Everyone, understood the assignment.
yes, but let me be honest. Once we get to the campaign,
Oh, can I say my bottom though?
bottoms. Oh yeah, you didn't say
Oh,
that.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So my bottom, I only had really one that I was like, not super impressed with, but I did love their campaign. So it was Sammy. I
Sammy.
really like the headpiece part, but it was like the actual dress itself was just a little too simple for me. So I wanted a little bit more from Sammy. I do like that she was going outside of her normal box, but could have been better.
I get that. I think Nira and Sammy were my worst two because I think Nira's was just. I
I
love
like the
Nira.
concept though, of
I
the
do.
lavender wedding. Like
Lavender
yes.
wedding, absolutely. I do love the
That's fun.
concept. I just think I don't know. It's just
The actual Garmon.
all right. The
Is
Garmont did not
yes.
Garmont for me. I just really feel like
Presentation was fun and
She
everything.
was
But
my number
yeah,
3 though.
I just felt like it was
there you go.
because
It's
I feel like it's just plain to me, and it's just like a little bit like simple, but it's cute. But see, and that's what we're saying on this runway. I don't think anybody did a bad job. Nobody did a bad job. Nobody was like, ugh. But I felt like even the best was their worst was good. Their worst was really good. So yeah, but the campaigns. I think, and this is just me, it could be just me, I can only be me and be alone in this thought. I don't think Michaela did that bad that she should have been in the bottom.
She was number 4 for me. So yeah, she was low safe because we only have 6 people. So, she was low safe, but she was with her outfit, like with her runway, as well as being like number 4 in the challenge for me. She would have been safe.
But who do you knock out though? That's the question. Because I thought it was such a clear top 3 in this challenge. And I think
So
she
what
was
was
like a
yours?
clear number 4. But
Mhm.
with this format, you have to have a bottom 3. And I'm like, there shouldn't be a bottom 3. It's a clear bottom 2 because I think Tiffany and Aurora were clearly the weakest.
Clearly.
So it was just a shame that kind of by default, Michaela had to be in that position. Like, who would you all have bumped out of the top 3 of like to put Michaela
Of
in there?
the top 3? No.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't put Michaela in the top. I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
at most, maybe I would have traded her with like the person that I have at number 3, which is Jada, but like that doesn't even sound right to me, even saying it. Like I think she was she was safe for me this episode. Because her running was amazing and she was okay. She was serviceable in the challenge, I think.
I just think I understand, and I think at this point, with certain little people left in this, like we should be done with this Beaver situation now. It's like
It was
it's
this episode, right? But it should have been the last one.
right. We should have ended it last time, and then we should have just went by Drag Race rules and just back to the judges because I don't think we need a bottom 3 for this one. We just don't, and it wasn't.
Because usually I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe David, if you remember, but usually when we see the Beaver, it's cut off like it's never one because we're 1 week away from the finale, right? We have 5 people.
Yeah.
So it's usually 2 or 3 episodes before, like it's at least 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Before the finale, usually.
And I think with this being such a short season with 6 episodes, like if you only did it for 3 episodes, then it would have been like weird to only have it there half of the season.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to keep it 4. I just like this was kind of worst case scenario for them. Like if I'm producers, I'm like, great, this is awful. Actually, this is great for TV, but it's awful for us. It's awful for fans. It's great for lip sync, but
I mean, it gave this episode great moments because we'll talk about Untucked a little bit, but like it was really fun. But then what now?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see. But
I mean, well, we see it with Michaela, Aurora, and Tiffany are the bottom 3 with Nira and Jada. No, not Jada. Is it Jada? No, Sammy.
Nira, Jada, and Sammy were the tops.
We're top 3.
Right.
Who is your all's winner for the challenge?
See, okay, because Nira was my favorite in the challenge, but she had my least favorite runway. And then Sami was number 2 for me in the challenge, and she was number 4 on the runway for me. And Jada was top 3 in the challenge and had my second favorite runway. So I think if I do the math, which I'm I think it would be Jada.
Yeah. See, for me,
or Nira, because it was my least favorite runway, but it was still a good runway. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Either Nira or Jada.
Okay. For me, I actually had the same favorite in the runway and the challenge. Jada was actually my favorite in this.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought she was so charismatic and funny. Like I liked how extreme she was going with it. Like a lot of people were like playing it too normal, So even when she was kind of the background person for other people's ads, she was going over the top, eating her fingernails. So I just like the commitment for Jada. Plus, she's been so close to getting wins already. This would have been a great time to give her a win.
It was the perfect buildup. It would have been, right? Like, yeah. Because honestly, like Semi and Jada, I put at 2 and 3, but they were. It was very hard for me to rank it because they're kind of tied for me.
Great.
I think that their group did the best, and like they were the best 2 out of the best group. So
Yeah, I think I would have gave it to Jada because I just really liked. I thought she did really well in the ads, and I thought she was she played when it was her time to shine and it was her moment to be she was just enough, but then she was over the top when it's everybody else because she's supposed to show that she's just this, not the person for you, and she's doing it being extra, or how they do in ads. They show the very, very worst possible clip or the very, very worst possible look from you to prove you're evil and nobody should want to vote for you. And I think she played that part up. So I would have gave it to Jada. I really would have gave it to Jada.
And side note, this Robbie, who is a guest judge, love them. Like the dynamic between Robbie and Brooke was hilarious.
Everything.
I want to see Robbie as a regular panelist now. Like, please. That was great.
So you've never watched After Midnight, and it shows. Because I knew Robbie from watching After Midnight, which was a game show kind of thing with Taylor, forgot her last name, a comedian. And then she would invite like a lot of drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race were guests all the time, and comedians and all of that. And Robbie was there all the time, so I knew her from that. So I was excited last week when I saw that she was going to be a guest judge this week, and she did not let me down. She exceeded my expectations. It was so great.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
I didn't know she was friends with Brooke though, but that was even it added to the fun.
And I want to know who her wife was, because she said her wife was on the Traders. I'm assuming the Traders.
Right. I don't know that much about her.
Yeah.
But she was amazing. I really did enjoy her on this panel, or them on this panel. So it was really good. But we saw Untucked, and the bottom three had to plead for their life. And I think everybody knew. I feel like it was very well known that what they should have done. Now they could play it in friendships or whatever, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty of this competition, and ain't time to play. And it was obvious to me. It was so cut and dry, like very obvious. Like if Aurora Matrix, who has won challenge after challenge, and Michaela Couture, who has been close to winning challenge, and these lip sync beasts,
is the one person that could potentially take out Aurora in a lip sync.
Yeah,
right. Other than Nira, I think.
Other than Nira,
depending on the song,
right, and she's saved. So it's like we should put somebody who could take it, because whoever goes is a big threat to my game. So it doesn't matter who goes. They just need to be up against each other. And this ain't no shade to Tiffany, because she cool in her own right, but we need to try to get out these big dogs right now. And she was
the first one to say it too.
Yeah. And it's not let me say, like, at least in my opinion, I don't think Tiffany is doing bad. She's just not, like, everyone else is just doing better. That's the thing. And then she, because of that, has been in the bottom. But the times that she was in the bottom, I don't think she ever did like horrible. Yes, she was the bottom of the week, yes, but it wasn't terrible, So I'm glad, that because here's the thing. I am not really I'm not really the biggest fan of the reality aspect part of Drag Race, because it is being pushed to be the main part. I like it when it's a good mix of that and the actual competition. Yeah. And this is why I'm enjoying this season specifically, because I think it's a good mix of that, at least for me, as of right now. And I think Untucked was one of my favorite parts of the episode, because Nira saying,
"Shut up, Nira! Shut up!"
Yeah, after she pleaded her case, and Nira was like, "All I hear is threat."
That confessional of Michaela.
And then Tiffany being like, you know what? You should, being self-aware. We love a self-aware queen, period. And she said, I'm going to play this game to my advantage. And she was saying, like, don't save me because I'm not as much of a threat as these other two. Like, if you think for what's better for your game in the competition, it's better for you to keep me here. That's so smart. Like, that was so good. It was so great.
I just think it was it was very obvious. It was cut and dry what they were going to do and what they should do. Because honestly, that was the right move to make, is to save
Mhm.
Tiffany and put Aurora and Michaela in that final lip sync. And then who won this lip sync? The fans. The fans won this lip
Us.
sync
Yeah.
because we as a viewer got to witness Aurora Matrix and Michaela Couture eat all the crumbs, all the meals of that buffet that they placed before them, and they ate down. It was one of my favorite lip syncs so far. I was just like, I was truly gagged watching this lip sync because it was, I didn't know what to put my eyes. I didn't know who to watch. I was just like, oh, Michaela, oh, Aurora. This was so, it was just, it was a masterclass on what you need to do when you're performing a lip sync for your life. And they did a really, really good job. I enjoyed it so much. I watched it like 3 times already because I enjoyed it just that much.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, that
I've
was
ever seen on any season of Drag Race where after the lip sync ends, the entire panel gives them a standing ovation.
Oh,
Like maybe that's happened. I can't remember, but like that says something. And I think what's really impressive is like almost anytime somebody has prosthetics or something like inhibiting them, it makes their lip sync worse. And I don't think Aurora let that be an obstacle for her because she still nailed this lip sync in a way that was so impressive. It was so close for me.
Mhm.
mhm.
Yeah. But you know what I think it is of the prosthetic is because it was only on her upper lip, so she still had movement from like here down.
Mhm.
You know, because what I was gonna say is that I thought we were gonna have that problem as well, but then when the lip sync started and I saw that like, oh, she can still move. You know, it wasn't really a problem for me. I think she would have done even better if she didn't have the upper lip. She had more movement with that and like different makeup, but I don't think it got in her way as much as I thought it would. Yeah,
Yep.
But to see them
very
do that,
close.
yeah, it was
Very
very
close.
close. It was really good. But Aurora Matrix took the lip sync, and Michaela Couture, unfortunately, had to go.
Yeah.
But what a way to go! Besides the standing ovation from all 4 judges, the person you competed with, they knew they ate down with you, and it was just like it was such a treat. And if you all want to catch our interview with Michaela Couture, please go check it out on the Drag Channel because it was an amazing interview. She was so great, and that was like kikiing with a friend. I just really,
She is a friend.
she is a friend, and we were just kikiing, and she'll be on the pod soon because we have to do a deep dive with her because this was an amazing season. So
Can
I'm
I join?
happy. And you join. Wow. No, we won't have you. You haven't been here all season. No. No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Um, but
She
no,
said
she's
access denied.
access. No. If you don't want the whole thing, don't come at all. No. But no, it was great. And yeah, she's great. And we love her.
What a way to go! Like she went in the best way possible. She was eliminated by the front runner in an episode where she had an amazing runway, and she only was in the bottom because
By default.
yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I think it was the best way to go. And I really enjoyed her this season. I think she did great.
Absolutely. From one great show to another. Drag Race Down Under versus the World.
We are being fed with the
We are being
drag race
fed
shows
this
right
week.
now.
We are being fed this week because they're giving us great drag this week. And uh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because honestly, these two, Canada and Down Under, were the ones I was super, super excited about. And then we had Latina Royale join the mix, and I was like, wait a minute. What is
Mhm.
happening? We're getting really good drag right now. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to finish Latina Royale, so that's why these two are here. But we'll get to that later. I'm down. First of all, let's just get the elephant out of the room. We've been new, but they just confirmed. We've been new, but they confirmed. Raven is not a contestant. She is a mole trying to get the goods on everything, all these girls, and they had her compete in a
Wow, really?
I cannot believe it. She's not.
Can you see my face? I am
You're
shocked.
shocked. Like I
Wow.
feel it. Like I know, girl.
The
She's not.
gag.
She's not. She's not a contestant. I hate to be the one to break it
Girl,
to
the way
you.
my eye rolled so back far into my head that I could see my own brain. Like Nicole Page Brooks and me had the same reaction. I was not living. I was like what Raja O'Hara would say. I'm not gagging.
I'm not gagged.
I'm not
But
gagging.
I was like, okay, she's a mole. All right,
Sure.
cool, great, sure. Okay, so now we go break this up
Oh,
into right.
We have to talk
oh
about
my
the
God.
floor
Well,
drama.
well, I mean,
Please,
Floor
not at
drama.
all.
because
We do
that was
have to
the
talk.
best.
I just wanted to get that out of the way because
Fair.
Right.
honestly, whatever. But Floor, because
It was so good.
my,
It was my
Michael
favorite part of the episode.
Michael Maruli and Miss Jade So both revealed that Floor would have been going home if it
As
was
we
a regular
predicted.
thing, as we predicted. Because yeah, it was like, yeah, they both pulled her lipstick for her to go, and honestly, I would
It
have
is what
pulled
it
it
is.
too.
Like
I would
I
have
would
pulled
not.
it too for that.
No.
But
it's not personal as drag, but not
exactly,
for her.
but it was personal for her, and then the explanations on
Girl,
why they picked Floor had me like, oh,
I
gag,
screamed.
gag,
I
gag.
Jade.
screamed.
I don't think Jade even knew how messy she was being.
The way they would cut to everyone just going.
And she kept explaining and kept talking, and I was like, "Oh, Jade."
And she said it so eloquently as well. She was just like so calm, and she was just like, it was so
I
shady,
love
but
her.
with grace,
with
like
grace
and
and
so
class and dignity. Just so it was so
and with
nice.
gratitude.
With gratitude. Like it was so nice. But she was like, I mean, you were talking about Lala Reed and you were not talking about yourself. And I don't like that. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like how you were saying that about Lala. Just being like basically you were being nasty and disgusting and I
I
didn't
think
like it.
negative.
It was
I think she said negative.
no, I'm
Yeah.
paraphrasing. Look, I've only
No,
seen
I
what
know, but I'm trying to remember like what the word is that she
yeah,
used. But I think
yeah.
that
She was
was
just
real.
like in a negative light, but
It
baby,
was so. It was
she
so.
might as well have said you were nasty, you were disgusting. I didn't like it, and I didn't like how you did. It was I was
And
gagged.
Lala was sitting right next to Fleur as well, and her reaction was like, "Ah."
You talking about me? What you
And
say?
then when Fleur and Lala were kind of like talking about like what, and Fleur was like defending, they were talking about like who did worse or whatever. And Fleur was like, "Oh, I think I elevated it more than you," and Lala was like, "Okay, with the hem right here, that's elevation." I
She also had an unhemmed part on her shoulder as she said that. to
yes,
her.
but it was just so fun. It was so good. I loved every second of
I
it.
think my favorite part of this, though, was when Coco jumped in with the Marina Summers quote. And she's like, I think what they're saying, girl, is it's not the drag, it's you.
Baby, baby, I was like, oh, Coco, you are a shady bitch. You are like, oh my God, it was so funny. I just that whole segment had me gagging. I was like,
I'm a trash.
gag
So
the
good.
girls for sure with this one. And then it did not stop.
And then the next day,
It did not stop. No, because
because Nicole
Nicole
had to bring
Page
it.
Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia, decided she go get in on the shade train, and she like, so Flora, after everything you said to Lala, do you have something to say to her today? I was like, Nicole, let it
But you know,
go.
my favorite moment was Vibe, and she was like to try to like diffuse
Vibe's the best.
the bomb, whatever. And she was like, you know, let's even the playing field. Why don't you say something horrible about Fleur? I Vibe is I love Vibe. I'm rooting for her. She's my win. I love Vibe. I'm obsessed.
Vibe is my winner pick. Like I literally,
this is a vibe. Like,
this is a Vibe podcast because I love Vibe. I will always love Vibe, and she is my winner pick for this whole thing.
Yes.
Love her so much. But yeah, she was funny. And Lala was like, I don't have to say anything negative about her.
I'm not insecure.
I'm not insecure. I was like, oh, we still gagging the girls. Oh, it was so funny. Oh my gosh. But we do get the announcement. Michelle comes in, whatever, Raven's not there. Maxi challenge. We're breaking them up in girl groups. So where Raven was standing in the middle is where the split happened. So
that's how it happened. I was like, how did all of the good people get on the same team?
She was standing on this, and they split it right down the middle. So one group was Kylie. Oh, the theme was the Kylie Minogue theme. Minogue. You know?
The perfect episode for me to come in.
I kind of love Kylie Minogue. I like her a lot. So they did Kylie Minogue for one time, then they had to bring it back and do it again. So we had
the first season of Down Under versus the World. They need to do something for Kylie because it makes sense.
So you had Pop Princess Kylie versus Diva Goddesses Kylie.
Disco. It was because Kylie had a disco album, so I think that's why they did it. Yeah.
I don't know why I said
or Disco Divas or something.
No, it was Disco Goddesses, but I was thinking of girl groups, Canada, Diva Down, got it. All this stuff was too much drag in my head. But so they split them up to do their thing. Coco is nervous about this because this is where she went out in her season, was the girl groups. And so she's very nervous and she's like, I want to redeem myself, period. But we also had Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia, who also went out on a girl group challenge. And
kind of. Am I going insane, or wasn't it the one where they had to like do the pole dance and the cherry pie stuff?
You're not asking me.
Because like they were in two groups, but they had to dance by themselves to get money on the strip thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it wasn't really a girl group the way that this is.
Why would they keep saying that? I don't know.
But
maybe I'm wrong. But
from
my stoner memory, that's what I remember.
But it was episode 2 she went out, right?
Yes, that's
so correct. That was another thing that she was like, I went out episode 2 on my season. This is episode 2, and everybody's having their thing. And Nicole is really annoyed with Raven not being a part of this competition because she said, we bonded. What did we do all this bonding for if you're not really here? And she was kind of...
Because she thought she made an alliance and she had someone that she was going to be able to, play the game with. And she could have used that episode to socialize with other people and work on her social game with other people that were actually going to count for the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what I read, at least. Maybe there is something else to it, but that's what I got from it.
Mm-hmm. But we see them split up. They have to write their verses. They're listening to the music, getting things together for their verses. Then they go out to the main stage to do their choreography. And I didn't feel like anybody besides Nicole Paige Brooks was messing up a little bit. But Lala had them in check. She was like, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do here. We move there. We do this. We do that. And I think they had it down. I didn't feel like it was anything that was too outrageous. Like,
it was fun actually. Like they had like some fun bickering while they were like rehearsing the choreo. It was fun. It was a fun segment.
Yeah. And then the other group, Vibe took over. She had that moment and she took over, and that was the same thing. It was fun. It wasn't anything too egregious. It was nothing too dramatic. It was just a fun segment with them.
Yes. This season is like very much good vibes with it's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like light, I think. With good drama still, but like it's not heavy stuff, it's like lighthearted drama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we start getting ready for the thing. Nothing
I
happened. The burger was
Yeah,
go ahead.
because I before we're gonna get into the runway and challenge, right? And I just want to say before this, because this is not to the cast. This cast is great. This season is like I'm having so much fun. This is my personal opinion. Whoever made these songs,
Oh, please.
I can't. I can't.
Please.
Look, the disco song was a little slightly better, but they were both so bad. Like and badly like mixed,
Yeah,
produced. The
that's my
girls
problem.
sounded bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
Video production was terrible.
who did what
Horrible.
the fuck happened? I'm sorry. Like
It was
I
bad.
think the girls did the best that they could with what they had. But I don't like what I'm saying is it wasn't the queen's fault that this was not a good challenge in my opinion. But this was bad. I didn't enjoy any of the groups. I thought the second one was better. And I was so as a Kylie fan, I was so disappointed because I was disappointed in the challenge and the runway, only because of production, not the girls. We'll get to why the runway, but anyway, I'm sorry. I was just pissed. I was pissed.
I think, yeah, it was bad because I said the same thing. I didn't like any songs. Like when Michelle was like, "These songs are out. Well, you can get them." I was like, "I don't want them. I don't want to hear that.
They
Keep
were
those."
like praising the song and I'm like, what? No, stop gaslighting me. I cannot.
Right. You
Not-
can't
no.
gaslight me on this because I know what I
The
heard
first
and I
episode
didn't
was
like it.
great, but this, no.
Yeah, it was bad songs. It was just bad audio, but the girls did the best that they could with what they were dealt with.
Their
We saw the
presentation, performance,
right.
like all
We
of
saw
that.
the runway happen first, and we see them come out.
I was like, that's weird.
Yeah,
We're going to see them change into something different for the number?
no, because perform as Kylie, which is
in their
ridiculous.
runway outfits, I'm like, I can't.
I feel like it was so ridiculous because, like, okay, Art Simone will have my best favorite outfit on the runway. I'm just gonna say it. Art Simone outfit killed it, but it was so heavy, and you wanted her to perform in this whole heavy garment with the headpiece on. She did fine, but you could tell it was restrictive, and it was a lot of people was restrictive, but.
And then when they're performing, they have to worry about not like hitting each other's outfit or like ruining their own outfits, and it's just like no.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's no. Yeah.
But David, who was your favorite runway look, and who was your worst?
Miss Jadesa was actually my favorite. I like the showgirl look from her. Nice shiny bodice going on. She looked gorgeous. The feather tail was a nice touch too. My least favorite is Nicole Page Brooks. I like the fringe of it all. It was cute. It was simple. I like the crimped wig. It was a good 90s homage, but it just was a little too simple for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to say, I saw the reference pictures that were posted after. Like I saw I think it was Drag.looks when they posted the looks. They posted the reference picture next to it. Thank you, Drag.looks. Because my thing with the runway was no reference pictures. Really?
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, like anyway, with that being said, my two favorite looks were Art Simone was my favorite, and then also I really liked Michael and Jade, kind of tied for like my second favorite because it was more simple but like really well done. Like you know, and my least favorites were Coco and Lala. Coco because of the choice and execution, because the fabric was not good, and the fit on her body was not good of either of the dresses. Because when we have like you have to pick a celebrity look, I always consider when I thinking of the looks, the fact that they chose to do this look. So your choice of the look also I take into consideration. So Lala chose a very basic look that like. Yeah, she elevated as much as she could to make it drag, but like, why did you choose this to begin with? So it was Coco and Lala were my least favorite for the runway.
Okay. For me, Art, of course, I said, and then Jade and Michael were like the next favorites.
Vibe is top 4 with them.
Yes.
Yes, she's my number 4 as well. Yes.
But honestly, it's what it is. But my bottom was Coco. I will actually say Aus- mm, Australia
Oh,
because the boots. Like I didn't like the boots. Like
That's me.
I
Hmm.
really wish she would have went with all cheetah print, all animal print look. Like and then
Like a
have
boot
the
cover up with the
like
same
right. It
fabric.
would have covered that, and it would have been much better. Then you had the gloves and like I felt like
Hmm.
it was too much going on with that look. But you know, I didn't mind. But they didn't care what we thought at all because they said Art and Floor were the winners of this week, and I was like, oh, Floor's was cute. It would have been
My
safe.
thing with Floor is like she did a great recreation of the look. It was very like it looked very much similar. Like it was well done, but you chose a very simple look, so it's not
Right.
impressive. Like it's well done, it's polished. She looked good, um, but it's it's not as impressive as choosing as something like Art or Michael with that like beautiful fabric, or like Jade. I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad look, but
Right.
it was just safe, in my
yeah.
opinion.
I mean, I think the judging was mostly going off of the actual performance challenge, so
Hmm.
maybe that's why Floor was there. But I will be very
Yeah.
honest, like I did like Floor's group a lot better than the first group, but I think Floor was either fourth or fifth for me in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
Estrella she blew me out of the water. She was so much better than I expected in that group. And then Jade was right behind her, and then Michael was probably my top three. So it was really between Vibe and Floor for that last spot, but all five of them were great. The other team for me, though, Art was clearly the best for me. Lala was very strong as well. Then it was kind of a distant, like third for me was Coco, then Nikita, and then Nicole.
Hmm. Well, for me, I had a really hard time with this challenge because of not liking the song. The songs was very hard for me to pay attention. Like I didn't, and it's not their fault. Like, but I don't really know how to rank this. Like quite honestly,
Mm.
uh, I will say from the first group, I didn't like even the people that did okay. I just didn't like their thing overall because the song was so bad. Uh, but in the second group, I thought that did better overall. I mildly enjoyed Michael and Vibe, and that's it.
Okay.
And Jade a little bit as well, like
Estrella, though,
mildly.
she's such a good singer.
Like I said, the second group was everyone did a serviceable at least job, but the ones that I enjoyed a little bit more was Michael and Vibe and Jade in third.
Okay. Okay. So we see the untucked where the safe people were like, do we like being safe? You're like, no, no, I don't. We don't like being safe. But it was interesting because I nothing too dramatic. Just people, Coco is feeling it. She is feeling it. She's not happy because she feels like this is the same thing that happened before. It might happen again, and she's sad about it. Um, and so is Nicole because they are the bottom two, and they have to now go plead to Floor and to Art. I don't. I think Coco was just emotional. Her whole thing was about she's just sad. This is not how she wanted to go out. This is what she wanted, and she's just sad. And Nicole was kind of like, I kind of felt like they knew what they were going to
Yeah.
do. From both of them, I think it felt like they knew what they wanted, and so they were trying to give Nicole all the they were trying to butter her up and flatter her and make her feel good as they rolled her out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. She
That's
definitely
right.
felt a little bit defeated, I think, in her
Well,
arguments.
Hmm.
but it makes sense to me. Like I don't like necessarily the results, but I understand it because the two people that are in the top, like Coco is their down under sister, and it's also her first time coming back. And Nicole, like, this is something that, like, it's not necessarily my opinion, but I'm thinking maybe they took this into consideration, that Nicole already had like a very successful, I would consider, run, like just had a successful run, and has more opportunities and resources than Coco, or like a bigger name, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And they wanted to give Coco a second chance and wanted her to be able to show more. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of Nicole, though. Like,
I
you know,
did.
but I understand.
I'm invested in Coco, so I definitely needed Coco to stay. But the lip sync, as soon as Art pulled out the microphone, I was like, okay, she's staying, because historically, anybody who uses a microphone in a lip sync has stayed, especially down under queens. Because we.
Do you think it was a tribute to Maxi
Yes.
Shoots? Because I thought it was.
It was. She actually said
Okay.
that, but it was not a tribute in the way you might think, because when this was filmed, Maxie Shield was still alive. But it was supposed to be an homage to her for being the first queen to ever do that. And of course, Anaconda has also done it. So it's like a down under legacy at this point. So I did think that was sweet. Although I think I enjoyed Floor a little bit more in the lip sync.
I did too. I was like, I did not think Art did anything spectacular in this lip sync. She pulled out a microphone, and I'm like, okay. And for someone who didn't know the lore of the microphone being pulled out, I'm like, okay, so she had a microphone, and so what? She didn't do anything. She just stood there and she walked back and forth and back. She didn't do anything. Floor was giving me something, and I kind of thought Floor won that lip sync, but who am I?
I also thought that Floor did better in the lip sync, but I don't think Floor should have been lip syncing for the win. So I was like, I don't care. Like, so like she did do better. So if she had won, I would have been like, sure, because she did win the lip sync. But I was also okay, I was okay either way, because I think Art did better in the challenge and the runway. So
But she wins, Art wins, and she sends home Nicole Paige Brooks. And it's like,
womp womp. Lame. I'm so sad. This is so boring.
She should have waited a little bit longer. It was way too soon. Like, she came back like a month after her All-Star season ended. But I do hope she gets another chance. What I did really like was kind of getting closure between her and Raven. Raven is not somebody I would ever expect to give compliments to somebody she feels better than, but she was actually pretty complimentary of Nicole on her way out, and I really appreciated that.
Absolutely. It is what it is. I think I'm a Miss Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. She was fun. I wish she would have stayed longer, but
you know what? The one thing that makes up for Nicole being gone is that we also don't have to see Raven anymore. I said it. That's my opinion. I don't like Raven. I think she has great drag.
But
I don't like Raven.
She's overrated.
I don't like Raven.
All right. Moving on to Drag Race Mexico. Latina Royale.
This is my moment.
Yes.
This is your moment. Have it. The premiere of Drag Race Mexico Latina Royale has started this week, and we got some amazing queens from all across the Latino diaspora. And so let's talk about it.
This cast
I'm going to let you talk about it.
Amazing. That's the first thing I want to say. Amazing selection. There were so many people that could also have been here, but I think the people that were selected, that were chosen, this group is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my girl Desiree and her Portuñol. I'm so proud. It is. You have to be so brave as an ESL teacher. Anyone that can be applied to any second language. Like, you have to be so brave to go on TV or on camera speaking a second language when you're still like in a basic intermediate level. It's so like I commend her for that, and anyone else that has is in the season that has Spanish as their second language or third. Like Abby knows so many languages. But yeah, and I love that she's here.
And relax, we had Valentina on season 1.
Right, it's fine. But like it's funny because it's so relatable because like a lot of the words that are similar, it's hard to pronounce them in the Spanish pronunciation because it feels like you're speaking your language wrong. You're pronouncing the word wrong. It's really hard. As someone that also has done a little bit of Spanish, it's really difficult. And she's doing her best, and it's funny to watch. It's entertaining.
Yeah, I will say, like, I agree with you about this cast. I think it's an incredible cast. I've been excited about this. I didn't realize how excited I was till I was actually watching it because I was about 30 minutes in and I'm like, I realize I have not stopped smiling just watching this because
literally joy, just joy.
Like it's got so many strong front runners, like too many strong front runners. I don't think
we've very seen diverse too.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a top-heavy cast like this since probably All Stars 2, if I'm being honest. Even some of the earlier outs, I think, are people who had a lot of potential. Like Barbecue had so much potential. She was in the top and then was eliminated the next episode and was a pork chop. I think it's the food name curse, like that juice box, barbecue. Like it happens. Oh my God. You have a food name and you might be out first.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just was super excited as I was watching this.
Every elimination is gonna be heartbreaking,
incredibly hard. Like this whole time, I was like praying for a non-elimination this episode. Favorite entrance? What was your favorite entrance?
Can I say 2?
Sure.
Matraca and Horacio. Everyone looked good though. I don't think anyone had a bad entrance, in my opinion, at least. Yep. You know, I had favorites. Some looked worse, but like everyone looked good.
Okay, I am glad I have a different person. Electra was my favorite. Loved it.
Oh, she was probably my number 3. Yeah, great as well. I loved Barbecue's entrance, not the outfit necessarily, but the presentation of her entrance. I thought was fun.
That's fair.
Because I didn't know her. It was my introduction to her as a queen. So I liked it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. I wrote down, I need Barbecue to get the redemption she deserves. Like she's somebody I feel very invested in because she has a lot of potential.
Just because we didn't mention it, I just want to quickly, just a little note. From Down Under, Estrella is the one a person that I did not know. This was my first introduction to her, and I'm obsessed, loved her.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
And Barbecue here, I was introduced, I think everyone else. Yeah, everyone else I knew, and she was the only one that this was my first time seeing her.
I did think it was interesting that, like, as soon as Matraca came in, like, everybody was like, oh, I feel threatened. Like, we should be afraid, as they should, because Matraca on paper seems like she could be the winner of this season. Only to be followed by Alexis Mateo, who they're also like,
right.
Oh, great. Yeah. You all are not getting off our necks.
Yeah, this season is going to be really, I think it's going to be good and really hard for them. Like as a competition is going to be really hard. And I also think my 2 favorite entrances might have a potential of being the final 2.
I could totally see it.
There's a lot of people here that have potential of being final 2, but I think those 2 are 2 of those people.
It's probably who I would want, like, because those were my favorites from the first 2 seasons of Mexico. So
yes,
but this mini challenge was interesting because it's all fun. Like snatching of the wigs. But what I realize is this is a drive challenge. Like you see how competitive each person is. So I was like, I'm going to keep my eye on whoever wins this because that just means that they are going to do whatever they can take. Whatever it takes to win this crown. So I wasn't too surprised with who. And
also, I think it was a chance for them to show how silly and goofy and like stupid they're willing to look and be. I think that was also fun. One thing that I wanted to I don't want to go into this. I just want to quickly mention Eva Blunt was one of my favorites on her season. and I was really, really excited to see her back. I still am excited, like, to see her drag on this season. But I was just really disappointed. I still think she's a great drag queen, right? I still love the drag, like all of that. And I hope she changes her mind on what I'm about to say and you know, see the light or whatever. But she used Gen AI to do a video on a post on Instagram, doubled down defending it in the comments, and clapped back rudely to people that were respectfully calling her out on it. It's the combination of all of that I'm just like, I still like her, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just really like left a sour taste in my mouth. It's a turn off, and I hope someone talks to her like in her life and whatever, for some reason she realizes why this take is wrong and goes back on it. I believe in redemption for people, you know. I hope she, you know, just learns why it's wrong and whatever and takes it back. But I'm still excited to see the drag on the season, and I just wanted to mention it, but I'm going to give my opinion besides that. I'm judging the drag. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to know that if somebody does something like that, and obviously people don't want them to do it, people aren't always receptive to lynch mobs. And that's what happens with like Drag Race fans. Even things that are not AI, I've seen lynch mobs go after queens saying, hey, this is
But
AI.
this was because she admitted to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing is, I understand what you're saying, but this is why I made the point of saying she was clapping back to people that were respectfully calling her. Like comments that were like, oh, it was literally just this. I'm very disappointed that you used AI for this. And she was like clapping back rudely to that.
Yeah.
You know,
it would be great if she had like a person
getting other comments that were very bad, and then probably that reflected she was feeling defensive because of maybe other negative comments, but then replying negatively to comments that are respectful doesn't make sense. Respond to the ones that are negative then. You know what I mean?
True. That makes sense. Although like if everybody's coming at you at the same time, it's kind of hard to differentiate at times. So it would be better if she had like a person in her life to tell her this, instead of people who are often doing it because it's trendy too. Like, oh, look, I can beat up on somebody for like. I
think it's also because she's so like creative and artistic and like proud of being like such an artist. You know what I mean? It's because I think that's why, and like crafty and being like hands-on. I think that's why, at least that's why, part of why I was disappointed. But like I said, like I still, it's not like a nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? It's just disappointing, and I hope she goes back on it.
At first, I thought you were saying you were disappointed at her performance in this episode.
Oh no, she did great. She was spoiler alert. She was in top for me. So yes.
Yep. So Más Draga ends up winning the mini challenge. No surprise. I did think Horacio was interesting because she kind of took herself out of the competition. So maybe that's what's going to happen. Are we going to see Horacio sabotage herself? We'll see. Hopefully not.
Oh, hopefully not.
We find out that it's going to be a carnival ball, which I was hoping it meant we were going to get a design look as well, but unfortunately not. We got 3 looks that they brought, which is still great, but I want to see the design element as well.
But I think it's because we're going to have a design challenge later on in the season. And also because they're doing this on the first challenge, on the first week, they have like an entrance, everything, like because of time as well. They wouldn't have time to have that third look be a design challenge. I think it wouldn't fit in the episode.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Abby's not happy because she finds out did you know Abby?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I watched her season. Yeah, I didn't watch the second season of Holland.
Okay, yeah. She found out that Envy Peru was going to be the guest judge. I didn't know they had this much beef from...
Me neither.
And let me be honest, like if Envy Peru said Abby should have gone home twice in the season, that's because Abby should have gone home. She should have gone home multiple times in that season. She was the weak link that kept staying because she's good at lip syncing.
Yes. But I will say, you know what? Now we're here in Latina Royale, and I will say this is me allegedly. This is what I think. What I'm assuming is her reasoning for this, because they were friends and they were the 2 Latinas of the season. So because I think she said in confessional in that season, like it's not that she thinks I was the worst and that I should go home. Is the fact that she said it. Because if she would have said it to me in front of the judges, she would have said it to me later on and came to me as a friend, like whatever. But I think it was like, why did you have to say my name? Even if you think I was the worst, you didn't have to. You could have lied. It was,
True.
I think it was, and because of that, like, we're the only Latinas, and you said like you couldn't help me. You know what I mean? It's the very that like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense.
But I think it wasn't necessarily, I think, like a serious beef. I think they just.
She said they're not friends anymore.
They're just like fell off, I think. But I don't think it was like over necessarily something serious. Maybe they just realized they didn't really hit it off as friends anymore. The friendship didn't make sense. Maybe, doesn't always have to end a friendship because of something horrible,
Mm-hmm.
And clearly we see that like they still are, maybe they're not friends anymore, but they're at least cordial and like friendly-ish, at least, with each other.
Did any of the workroom conversations stand out to you?
Just everyone gathering around the table to hear Abby like spilling the tea about what's going on with her and Envy, like that was fun, But yeah, that was it.
Okay. Well, I guess we can talk about the ball. We had 3 different categories. The first one was Carnival Instrument, followed by Carnival Mask Realness, and then finally Carnival Queen.
Yes.
So I ended up like writing down scores for every look, and then I averaged them and then sorted them to figure out who my tops and bottoms would be.
Of course you did. But of course you did.
So I'll just quickly like say on average who my tops were. Number 1 was Ava Blunt, to no surprise. She dominated. Number 2 was Electra Vandergeld. And number 3, this might surprise you. It kind of surprised me, but I think it's just because she was consistently strong, even if some people may have had looks in various categories that were better. But it was actually Alexis Mateo. I was very impressed with her.
Okay. Well, I didn't do the math. But I will. I'm gonna do my top 3 of each category.
Okay.
So for the instrument category, my number 1 was Eva, number 2 was Electra, and number 3 was Matraca. And I just quickly wanted to shout out Desiree. Unfortunately, she was number 9 out of 11 for me, but in this category. But she did the pandeiro, which is an instrument that my dad used to play and loved. And a lot of people in my family actually played that instrument. So I just wanted to shout that out. I thought it was really cool that she chose that instrument. Then for the mask category, my number 1 was Eva again. Number 2 was Regina, actually. And number 3 was Electra. Then for the Carnival Queen, number 1 was Electra. Then my number 2 was Tsunami. And then my number 3 was Eva. So average, Electra and Eva were my definite top 2. I don't know exactly who I would have, like, with mathematically, who would be number 3, but just looking at it and kind of like out of the way that I feel overall about the package, I would have Tsunami as my 3rd top overall. But Eva and Electra, like, are a step above, for sure.
Okay. I agree with a lot of those rankings you had there. My bottom 3, though, I had a tie for my second and third bottom, but my first bottom was pretty clear for me. I do agree they had a good mask look, but they were my least favorite in the other 2 categories. So that was actually Regina Voce. She would have been in the bottom for me.
Yeah, I didn't really like her other looks either.
And the other 2 that were tied were a bit above her. Actually, not too much above her, but I was kind of surprised by at least one of them. Well, Desiree Beck was in there. Love Desiree, but I do think
objectively,
objectively, she was middle or on the lower end for most categories. But somebody else who I thought was fairly consistent, but just never had one look that wowed me, was Horacio Patasio. So she would have been in my bottom 3, much to my surprise.
Okay. Gag. Okay. So for me, for the first category, my number 9 was Desiree, number 10 was Regina, number 11 last was Alexis. For the carnival, my number 9 was Mariana, number 10 was Horacio, and last was barbecue. And for the last category, I had barbecue at number 9, Mariana at number 10. And then unfortunately, gaggy for me, matraca was my least favorite for the last category. And then I think what I had for overall bottoms would be in this order: barbecue as safe, bottom safe, and then bottom 2 would be Desiree and Mariana, unfortunately. Objectively. I'm being objective, you know.
Yeah. I will say your bottom rankings are much different than our top rankings were, because I had a lot of different things than you did. I did not have,
because I try to keep also, like, because it's carnaval, like I take that the category, like the category, it has meaning for me. Like I take that more strictly, I think.
Right. Yeah. Barbecue and Mariana were kind of in the middle for most categories for me. So yeah, they were overall, they were actually number 6 and 7 for me in my rankings. I do want to shout out Tsunami Muse, who was not in my top 3 overall, mostly because I didn't love her first look, but her Carnival Queen look was my favorite look of the night. I love that so much. So good. And then second favorite look of the night was the mask one for Ava, which her performance of it actually added to it quite a bit. Okay, the lottery cards. Did you understand everything about that? Because I was a little confused.
It not really.
Is it so? I'm thinking it just means if all the judges pull it out, that means they all want to save the person.
You know what I think it is like if for example if one judge feels like they want to pull it out, like they pull it out, and then if there's a second, and then maybe like the other judges then can think if they want to do that too, or like if maybe sometimes they will have one pull it out and then the other 2 not, or maybe one time they'll have 2 and then not. I think maybe that's why like that all 3 of them need to want to do it at the same time. Do they decide individually? Do they decide I don't understand really. But yeah. I like that they are doing something different. Yeah. Because I still don't understand how it's working.
You could have used that on Canada All-Stars right now.
Right.
That would have been great to have.
That's true, yeah. But I still don't know how I feel about this twist because I still don't understand it, but we'll see. I like that they're doing something.
Yeah, me too. We heard who our saves were, and they specifically told Matraka and Abby as they were leaving that their looks were great. So it's safe to assume they must have been like 4 and 5 for them.
They were probably like a look of theirs in like one of or another category that was like really good, but their just average was safe. So they wanted to like honorable mention kind of.
Yep.
And one thing I wanted to mention, I know like we disagree with the rankings and everything. We have different rankings. I was gagged that I actually agreed with literally every result.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, because our top 3 was Eva Blunt, Electra Vandergeld, and Tsunami Muse, which I will tell you, I did a draft with my old roommates, and my team was the top 3 plus the mini challenge winner. So I'm like, oh, this literally, I could not have gotten more points than I did this episode because it was the 4 people who got the most points. So I'm loving that for myself.
You're draft maxing right now.
I am draft maxing. Our bottom 3 was Desiree Beck, Barbecue, and Mariana Stars. Devastating. Like I was going to be upset no matter what, but these are 3 queens that I really love. Like protect them.
I am ready for this season to be like sad, to feel every emotion possible in every episode. Like I'm just ready.
Yeah, very true. And I felt especially bad for Desiree because they were like, that wasn't a mask. That was a mask. I disagree with them on that.
And then she posted her inspiration, and I'm like, okay, I see the vision. Like I get it.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? I think she was so upset because this was probably one of her favorite looks that she brought. And then they shit on it. Like, and then she was in the bottom for it. I'm like, I feel for her. And
it was my favorite look she brought so far. Like it was in my top 4 or 5 that category.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was very. She looked beautiful. I also really enjoyed her entrance. I really like that. One thing. Oh, I mentioned that like I'm really proud of her for being brave and doing the Spanish and all of that. But I felt so bad when she was trying to like try to save herself, because it's already hard because it's your second link, like you're new, like whatever, and you're emotional. Like it's even harder to try to express yourself and like fight for your case or whatever. So I felt even sadder for her when she was like trying to talk to the girls and like say how she was feeling.
Yep. Meanwhile, Mariana is like, Electra, you should be smart and send me home. I'm really good. And Electra wasn't even having that. I guess they're friends, but she was like,
Yeah,
she's getting a little cocky here.
I kind of agree with that. Like a little, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. The lip sync though. So we got the lip sync to Objection Tango. Electra and Evo are the top two.
The top two, correct.
So for you, was there anything odd about the song when you were watching?
I didn't really notice anything.
Okay. Well, there was something very noticeable for me. I don't know if it's because I watched the dub version, but it was an instrumental. They did not have Shakira's vocals at all. So I was watching them lip sync to this instrumental of the song, and it was so bizarre.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love the song. I was looking forward to hearing it, but I only heard the music.
Well, but did you go back and then watch with the original audio?
I haven't yet. I haven't had a chance to do that. So maybe it worked for other people. It didn't work.
Yeah, because it was. Did you watch it on the WoW app?
Yep.
Because I watched it with the original audio and it was fine for me.
Okay.
So if you want to just go back and watch the lip sync, you can do that.
I'll have to do that.
I will say I usually with the format of the show, I usually am not the biggest fan of a lip sync for the win. Because of the times where we have sometimes I like it, right? But I really dislike it when there's a clear person that was the best in the challenge and then they lose the lip sync. And I'm just like, why? It gets me so mad. But here, I wasn't mad because it was the lip sync was good and the correct person, I think, won. Okay. Because the thing is, for me, why I say that is because Eva and Electra were kind of tied for me. So like if they didn't have to lip sync for the win, if I was a judge, I wouldn't know which one of the two to choose. So that's why for this specific episode, I liked it because I needed a tiebreaker. And then I think Electra won the lip sync. But I think Eva was also very good. I think it was close, but I think Electra did slightly better, in my opinion.
Yeah, for me, Eva was the clear winner from the challenge for me. Like she beat Electra in 2 of the 3 categories for me. Plus she had one of my favorite, like my second
for
favorite
me too.
look
That's
of the
true.
night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But what's interesting is going into this lip sync, I'm like, okay, we know it's going to happen. Ava's probably going to win this. Electra is going to come in second place. I didn't expect the fight that we got from Electra because I didn't remember her being that great at lip syncs from Drag Race Mexico too. Maybe I need to refresh myself. The main thing I remember is being dog walked. But she came out with such a fight. Like I thought she was incredible in this lip sync.
So good.
And just based on my expectations, I'm like, Ava, you're not keeping up with her. Like they both were good, but Electra was the clear winner of this lip sync for me. So that's why I was okay with this result.
Me too.
But we did find out after Electra won that somebody was about to get eliminated, but not before we got a little discussion between Lolita and Tyga.
They did. They said.
Yes. Yes. And I was like, please give me what I need, which is a non-elimination.
I was in the edge of my seat. I was like, yes, it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, that's what I always need in first episodes, but especially in this episode. Yes. And we were granted our wish. I'm going to say it, Desiree Beck was saved because I have a feeling she was going to get sent home.
Okay. When Electra said, when she was, okay. If you know, you know. When Electra said, I hope they don't hate me for this, they is Brazilians. Let me tell you this, because we are insufferable and horrible online. We can be the best. Like, there's no in between with how good or bad Brazilian fans are online in any fandom. Any. and pick anything. And I think that's what she meant when she said they, because she knew that if she eliminated a Brazilian first, her comments would be, oh my, flooded.
Very true.
I know 100%. If they show it next week, 100% she has his lipstick. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do come to the part where Lana and I, this might be a little difficult this episode, but Lana and I have to pick a winner prediction based off of what we have so far. Lana, it is your opportunity to go first. I will say, if you want, we can decide to not pick a winner yet, but we have to pick it before the next episode airs. So if you want to do that, you can, or if you just want to pick one, you can do that too.
Although she didn't have the best week this week, I don't think it's anything going against her. I think she'll show what she's here to do. So I'm going to pick Horacio Patasia.
Ooh, okay. I thought you were going to pick Matraka and make me have to decide who else to go with.
I mean, I like Matraka, but I think it's Horacio.
Okay. Because I came into this really wanting to pick Matraka, like until I saw the episode, and I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. I'm really torn between Matraka and Ava Blunt.
Ava. Mm-hmm.
But I think I am going to go with my initial gut and go with Matraka. Hey, and since you're here, we can let you have a honorary guess as well.
Sure.
River. So do you have a prediction? You can't pick of the people that we've already selected.
Right. Because, like I mentioned before, those are the two people that, if I had to, I would have probably guessed one of those two. If I had to pick a third possibility, I'm in between the two people that were in the top for this challenge, honestly. Not just because of that, but because of also their season.
Right.
But with what I saw this episode, just with the energy of this person in this episode, I'm gonna go with Elektra.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like she feels like she's, I don't know, I feel like she's here to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Very fair.
Very fair. Well, River, we appreciate you coming on for.
Thank you for having me.
It's always nice to get new input on these shows and I'm sure the fans, they don't want to hear me and David all the time just talking about it.
I do. I am clocked in every week. You know it.
Yeah. But we appreciate you and I hope you'll be back next week.
We shall see. I might.
Period.
I just might.
Period. Thanks so much, River.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, David, to wrap this thing up, because we have only one thing left to talk about. Love Island UK has wrapped for the season. Thank God I have my summers back, because my Lord, between Love Island USA and Love Island UK, they had me wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in watching shows, and I'm tired. So I'm thankful that it's wrapped up, but let's talk about the end game of it all. We had the 5 couples.
You had a reunion too, right?
Well, not really a reunion, but okay. I guess so. It was a live finale. So the ex-Islanders were there for the live finale. The ex-Islanders came back. Well, first they had a dinner. They dumped Aiden and Priya. We had that happen. So Aiden and Priya got dumped at the dinner. Then the ex-Islanders came back the next day, and they were going to decide who did not deserve to be in the finale, which couples didn't deserve it. Each Islander had a vote, and the vote came back that it was Samraj and Mika who got the most votes, and they were then dumped from the villa. And yeah, because and my whole thing with this, Samraj, I said it on the recap, I'll say it again. The way you handled this is why you got dumped from the villa. The way you handled this is why the public didn't like you and always voted y'all in the bottom. You are a gaslighter. You are everything is so personal and everything is everybody else's fault. Oh, that was a cop out reason. That was a cop. No, they all had their reason and they voted you out because you just navigated this whole thing weird. It was weird. And Mika, you ain't no better. You just got weirder when you got back with him. You were just weird. And they just everything was it's the cop out. That I there's not justified it. Everybody had their own mind and everybody had picked it and they were justified. So accept it and move on. But they got the most votes.
They weren't going
Followed
to win
by
anyways.
they weren't going to win anyways at all. Followed by Aiden and not Aiden, Cav and Jasmine got the next most votes. Then Lorenzo and Julia got the last. And you know who got no votes? Angelista and Simba. Zero votes. Zero votes. So they got no votes. Everybody fine. So Samraj and Mika were getting packed and getting ready to leave, only for another text to come in and say, hey, we know you were dumped, but now you get to pick somebody to go with you. It was a drag round. If they just drug them right out the way with them, and so Samraj and Mika. Oh, Yasmin and Tommy. They were the next second vote. I forgot all about them. Yasmin and Tommy. They got the next most votes next to Samraj and Mika, and then it was Cav and Jasmine, and then it was Julia and Lorenzo. Yeah, because Tommy, when it's all revealed that you broke up with your girl 2 weeks before you got into the villa, and that means you applied for this while you were in a relationship, it's kind of saying something. Even though, and then your story changed because you broke up in December. You were trying to get on and off again all throughout this time, and then you applied for Love Island. This opportunity came up, and then you got in the villa. And just 2 weeks before you got in the villa, you broke up with her. It's kind of, and the people did not like that. So Samraj and Mika picked Yasmin and Tommy to go because they said they were the next in line of votes for them. So they were the ones to go and they got out. So the top three in the finale was Angelisa and Simba, Jasmine and Kevin, and Yulia and Lorenzo. That's our top three, everybody. Good for them. This was the part that I just checked out because the finale was boring. It was just a lot of, talking, and the old Islanders had little stuff to say and what happened and all that stuff. Boring. Boring, boring, boring. But third place went to Angelista and Simba, which we've been doing.
Barely.
I mean,
It was a
a
close
loss.
vote between second and third, from what
A
I saw.
loss is a loss. 26 point at 26 and then 27.1. It is what it is. I was disappointed in the UK public. You could have did it. You could have 20 a little bit more, but the fan bases are the fan bases and they liked who they liked. But Angelista and Simba said they are happy because they are in love and they're fine. They're going to go out and celebrate her birthday. That was the next day of that week. And they're just going to go celebrate. So they're happy. They got third place. They didn't even think they were going to be there. So it was happy to get third place. Second place, our runners up, because then they opened the vote back up to vote for just the second place because they had to vote for everybody. Then they closed that vote and then they opened the vote back up to vote for second and first. And second place was Cav and Jasmine, which Julia and Lorenzo are winners.
As
Not
you
shocked,
predicted.
as I predicted. Not shocked because Lorenzo was favorite boy the whole time, and everybody just loved Lorenzo. And Julia, they liked her enough. So I feel I don't know. I'm happy that they won. That's good for them. If Angie and Simba couldn't win, that's great that they did win. Um, They didn't make anything official. They just are officially exclusively dating. So good for them. And yeah, that's what that is. I don't think any of I don't think this well, the first and second, I don't think they're gonna make it past the year, but that's just me. I could be wrong. I think Angie and Simba could make it, but we shall see. But Love Island UK is a wrap. I'm tired and I'm so glad it's over. So I get my days back. So Thanks for the journeys, Love Island UK. I actually finished watching this season, and that says a lot because last year, no, I didn't. So, but next week, we have um, what what's leaving us?
The only thing leaving kind of temporarily is Solo Las Más until we get to the
Yes,
finale. We don't have any actual shows that have ended yet from our lineup here,
but we have a
but
new one.
we do have a new one.
Traders Australia starts on. It starts. We have a premiere next week for
On
Traders
Tuesday,
Australia
yep.
Tuesday. So
Tuesday and Wednesday, I think it's going to air.
okay, so we have Traders Australia.
I'm excited.
I am super excited. I'm excited to see what they're going to do, and I'm gonna watch. We're going to watch and probably recap it, but we shall see. But that's what we got. Um, y'all, we did it. 3 hours in, and we did it. We y'all know what to do. Timestamps and it will be working, so you can go through it and everything. But we gave you all the information. Do with it what you will. Do with it what you will. But we are going to be right back here next week, same time, same place, new shows, giving you all the rundown on reality TV, competitive reality TV, and all of that. So thank you so much for watching. We truly, truly appreciate you. Please follow us all on this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Um, comment, leave a message, do all the things because that helps us out in the algorithm. Super thanks and hype up the video. All that helps. Follow all our channels in the Cup Network. All will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And then our newly TV channel, exclusive Instagram channel at thecup.tv. And yeah, get your cup mug too, if you wanna. LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. Scan that code in the corner, and we're gonna get out of here because we got things to do. And I'm tired, and so is David, I'm sure. But thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Cheers, everybody.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Cheers.